Boom! The dimension instantly splintered and broke. The huge palm of corpse aura passed through the air and appeared above the ice demon prefecture master. Then, it crashed downward like a great mountain crushing down on someone. How dare you antagonize me just because you have gained some corpse aura? A white, chilly air current shot forth with a flick of the ice demon prefecture master's fingers. It gave off an alarming chill in the instant it collided with the huge palm of corpse aura. Crack! The huge palm of corpse aura was instantly frozen, and then it turned into large expanses of falling snowflakes. During this precise moment, the purgatory behemoth corpse emperor abruptly showed up right in front of the ice demon prefecture master. Its gigantic palm smacked downward at the ice demon prefecture master at lightning-quick speed. That's more like it. A smile appeared on the ice demon prefecture master's countenance, and it promptly raised its right palm, which was formed out of ice, to meet the attack. Crack! Both palms collided with each other. The dimension exploded as an earth-shattering boom rang out. The sky turned into a black hole that swallowed the ice demon prefecture master and the purgatory behemoth corpse emperor in an instant. However, the two demons were unaffected, and they continued to fervently bombard each other with attacks. Bam! 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 Crack! 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 Energy waves burst into the surroundings. The black hole in the sky continuously expanded. Air fluxes surged and churned as gales wreaked havoc. It was as though doomsday had come in the skies above Ice Demon City. How terrifying! Given my strength, there's no doubt that I'll die if the resulting impact waves hit me. So, is that what a prefecture master-level battle is like? The demons in Ice Demon City were in a panic, for fear that the battle between the Ice Demon Prefecture Master and the Purgatory Behemoth Corpse Emperor would implicate them and bring them death. In truth, they weren't the only ones feeling that way, because even a great demon god like Meng Lei was filled with fear and trepidation in the face of the battle. The clash between mid-level great demon gods was too intense. Every hit was capable of causing grievous injuries to them. Dodola, I've finally come to understand why the gap between each cultivation stage is as wide as an insurmountable obstacle after one becomes a higher deity. Meng Lei was filled with great emotion. He had also become a higher deity by now and could totally sense how strong and powerful the Ice Demon Prefecture Master and the Purgatory Behemoth Corpse Emperor were. Be it their speed, physical strength, or their reflexes, none of them was something that an ordinary great demon god could compare to. Duh! Dodola sighed and said, at the great demon god stage, every step forward is filled with great difficulties. Not only must one consume a vast amount of treasures, but they also need to accumulate strength and resources over a long period of time. It's no exaggeration to say that every step forward is countless times more difficult than a mortal becoming a god. Meng Lei nodded lightly. Unlike deities, battles between demons were usually a clash of their demonic bodies. It was simpler, more straightforward, rougher, and crueler than battles between deities. The one whose demonic body was stronger and the one that possessed greater physical strength would be the one to achieve victory. In this aspect, even the Ice Demon Prefecture Master and the Purgatory Behemoth Corpse Emperor, who were mid-level great demon gods that stood at the pinnacle of the demon pyramid, were no exceptions. Boom! The clash between the Ice Demon Prefecture Master and the Purgatory Behemoth Corpse Emperor was still ongoing. It seemed like the two great demon gods' levels of strength were infinitely close to each other. Neither of them could do anything about the other even after such a long confrontation. The Purgatory Behemoth Corpse Emperor let out furious roar after furious roar as its attacks became more and more ferocious. The Ice Demon Prefecture Master discarded its previous sleepy demeanor and started to take the battle seriously. Boom, boom, boom. The skies became dim and overcast as the light from the sun and moon was blotted out. Another series of clashes later, the two great demon gods finally briefly separated from each other. Both were breathing rather heavily. Evidently, the battle had taken a huge toll on both of them. I've surprisingly underestimated you. The Ice Demon Prefecture Master's eyes bore into the Purgatory Behemoth Corpse Emperor as it said, a powerhouse like you can't possibly be a nameless nobody. Why haven't I seen you before? To tell you the truth, The purgatory behemoth corpse emperor said with an icy snort of laughter. I came from hell. Hell? I see. The ice demon prefecture master's pupils constricted slightly as it nodded slowly. It's time to end the warm-up exercises. Show me your true strength. As you wish. The purgatory behemoth corpse emperor let out a deep roar. Then, as though an inflating balloon, it began to expand. A few breaths later, it had become an enormous monster. Standing at 7 million feet tall, waves of corpse aura churned all around it and shrouded the whole area within 1,000,000 miles of where they were. All the demons within Ice Demon City felt their bodies going cold and chills running all over them. Roar! The Ice Demon Prefecture Master no longer held back, either. It transformed straight into its true form. A massive 7 million feet tall ice demon fully made out of ice. 7 million feet equals 2,100 kilometers. Even the moon's diameter was no more than just 3,400 kilometers. From this, one could tell just how massive the two great demon gods were. Boom! After transforming into its true form, the Ice Demon Prefecture Master and the Purgatory Behemoth Corpse Emperor started a new round of clashes. The impact waves resulting from their clash became even fiercer and even more fearsome. The powerful energy waves had even affected Ice Demon City itself. Innumerable buildings were destroyed, high-rise buildings collapsed, and huge rocks rolled and fell off. Many unlucky demons also became collateral damage. Run! Run! A battle of that level isn't something that we can watch at all. We'll end up being killed. O Sloth Demon Forebears, please save your pitiful and lowly descendants. Ice Demon City was into total chaos. Innumerable demons fled the area in fear and panic, wishing they had been born with an extra pair of legs as they did so. Boom, boom, boom. Ice chips flew about as corpse aura churned and surged. The two great demon gods showed no signs of stopping at all, and the clash between the two continued all the way till evening fell. Wheeze! The Ice Demon Prefecture Master panted heavily like an exhaust fan. Riddled with wounds all over, the aura around it had weakened significantly compared to what it was like in the beginning. Not only had it exhausted a large amount of stamina, but it had also sustained considerable injuries, resulting in a significant drop in combat power. As for the Purgatory Behemoth Corpse Emperor, its aura had also greatly weakened. Its corpse aura that had been running rampant had also substantially weakened. It was also bleeding profusely, evidently heavily wounded. Similarly, its combat power had also dropped considerably. You're the first person in 40,000 years to drive me into such a state. However, unless you wish to see a situation where both sides suffer, you won't be able to defeat me. The Ice Demon Prefecture Master barked. I'd advise you to stop here. If we continue this intense battle, both of us will only end up suffering. There's nothing in it for you. Upon hearing what he said, the Purgatory Behemoth Corpse Emperor's gaze swept across the many great demon gods around them who were watching the battle, as well as the 10 million Ice Demon Prefecture guards. A look of indignation surfaced in its eyes. Though unwilling to admit it, the Ice Demon Prefecture Master was indeed right. The two of them were evenly matched. If it wished to defeat the other party, both parties would only end up suffering great losses. A situation where neither side won wasn't a positive outcome in the Purgatory Behemoth Corpse Emperor's case. The 10 million Ice Demon Prefecture guards covetously watching them aside. Just the many great demon gods watching the battle alone would probably never let it off. It was likely that all the great demon gods would try to kill it while it was injured. As a veteran great demon god, the Purgatory Behemoth Corpse Emperor didn't doubt that at all. Count yourself lucky this time, Ice Demon Prefecture Master. The Purgatory Behemoth Corpse Emperor stared hard at the Ice Demon Prefecture Master before it turned and transformed into a streak of light that shot swiftly into the far distance. It would only end up putting itself in harm's way if it continued the battle, and that was something that it would never do. Upon realizing that things were not to be, it promptly decided to leave. A smiling Meng Lei marveled. What a wise fellow! There are no fools among those who could survive in the bloody and cruel world of demons. A smiling Dodola then added. Because all the fools have already been eliminated a long time ago. That is certainly so. Meng Lei nodded slightly. Then, A shrewd glint flashed across his eyes, and he said, "It's my turn now. You intend to fish in troubled waters?" Dodola cocked an eyebrow. "So what even if I do? This is the demon world, after all." Meng Lei let out a derisive chuckle and said, "Surely you do not intend to persuade me to be a man of honor? What man of honor nonsense is that? Hurry up and attack." Dodola said dryly, "Don't worry. You can fight head-on at the front line while I help you out in the background. With the two of us joining hands, there won't be much of a problem killing the half-dead ice demon prefecture master." "Okay." It's finally left. The ice demon prefecture master heaved a sigh of relief as it watched the purgatory behemoth corpse emperor leave. It had really been worried that the purgatory behemoth corpse emperor would have a one-track mind and insist on fighting it to the death. If that happened, it would be hard to tell just how things would end. The ice demon prefecture master swept its gaze across the great demon gods, watching the battle and the surroundings, a look of warning flashing across its eyes. One mustn't be fooled by how docile and submissive those guys looked. The ice demon prefecture master was well aware that they would definitely pounce forward and rip it into shreds the moment something untoward happened to it. Demons had never been one to speak of comradeship, after all. The truth was indeed so as well. The dozen or so great demon gods watching the battle could hardly hide the disappointment in their eyes upon seeing the purgatory behemoth corpse emperor leave. How they wished that the purgatory behemoth corpse emperor had fought the ice demon prefecture master to the death and concluded the battle with an outcome where both sides suffered great losses. That way, they would be able to profit from their losses and replace them. What a shame. What a piece of trash. The great demon gods cursed inwardly, though their countenances remained humble and reverent. "Let's go back." The ice demon prefecture master took a deep breath, and then it prepared to return to its residence to rest and recuperate. However, it was at this point that an aloof voice suddenly rang out beside its ear. "The challenge hasn't ended yet, Ice Demon Prefecture Master. Why are you in such a hurry to leave?" "Who's that?" A huge jolt went through everyone the moment the person spoke. Be it the 10 million Ice Demon Prefecture guards, the demon gods and great demon gods watching the battle, or the Ice Demon Prefecture Master itself, they all looked toward the source of the voice in unison. Upon which they immediately spotted Meng Lei, who was taking step after step toward the Ice Demon Prefecture Master. "It's him. It's actually that guy. Is he intending to challenge the Prefecture Master? Who's he? Do any of you know who he is?" "I don't know who he is. Never seen him before. He's awfully unfamiliar to the eye." Looks of perplexity couldn't help but surface in the demon's eyes as they gazed at Meng Lei. They were very clear on who the Ice Demon Prefecture experts were, yet they had never seen Meng Lei before. Their understanding of Meng Lei was solely limited to how he had killed the fire demon god earlier. Aside from that, they knew nothing about him. In spite of that, a lot of the demons were still greatly astonished when they heard that Meng Lei was going to challenge the Prefecture Master. In particular, those that had previously insulted and verbally abused Meng Lei even revealed looks of fear and horror. How strong must Meng Lei be if he thought he could challenge the Prefecture Master? Oh my goodness! They had even hurled such insults at Meng Lei just now. Weren't they just courting death? Disregarding the puzzled great demon gods and fearful demon gods for now and focusing on the Ice Demon Prefecture Master instead, the Ice Demon Prefecture Master currently had an awful look on its countenance. Its eyes bore into Meng Lei, and killing intent shot forth from within them. "You wish to challenge me?" "That's right." Meng Lei nodded slightly. "You seem extremely awe-inspiring as the master of a prefecture. It has tempted me somewhat, and so I wish to try what it feels like to be one. Challenger. One must be strong enough if they wish to challenge someone." The Ice Demon Prefecture Master let out a deep roar. "Without it, they will only throw their lives away in vain. Is that so? Let's fight. Then, show me how much power you." "The Ice Demon Prefecture Master have left," said Meng Lei leisurely with a flick of his fingers. "D." The Ice Demon Prefecture Master let out a deafening roar and promptly launched an attack. It raised its huge ice palm and slammed it at Meng Lei, using its full strength right away. The Ice Demon Prefecture Master had launched a killing move right away. It wanted to end the battle quickly and use Iron Fist means to take Meng Lei's life so that it could intimidate the other thieves and rascals. Nice one. Meng Lei let out a long howl and vanished from where he was with a teleport. By the time he reappeared, he was already behind the Ice Demon Prefecture Master. As he glared hard at it, 2 bunches of black flames then burst forth from his eyes. Boom! 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 The black flames blazed away right upon making contact and completely disregarded the Ice Demon Prefecture Master's body of ice. Netherworld Divine Fire. That's the Netherworld Divine Fire. At the sight of the black flames, the expressions of the great demon gods among the Ice Demon Prefecture guards, the dozen or so great demon gods watching the battle, as well as the many demon gods all changed dramatically. The way they looked at Meng Lei immediately changed. To think he's actually royalty. Disbelief filled the demons. The Ice Demon Prefecture belonged to the Dark Hell Demonic Kingdom, and the kingdom's royal family was exactly the divine Netherworld Phoenixes. However, the divine Netherworld Phoenixes' reproduction rate was extremely low, so pure-blooded divine Netherworld Phoenixes were exceedingly rare. However, it was exactly their rarity that made them elegant and noble. Every divine Netherworld Phoenix had a lofty and exalted status in the Dark Hell Demonic Kingdom. Everyone treated them with respect and deference wherever they went. Who would dare to slight them at all? To think he's actually royalty. Some of the demon gods that had hurled insults at Meng Lei earlier sported grimaces on their faces. They'd initially thought Meng Lei a nobody, but little did they know that he was actually just pretending to be weak in order to take advantage of others. Not only was he a great demon god, but he was even royalty. His posturing this time had caught everyone off guard. You're part of the royal family. Like the others, the Ice Demon Prefecture Master had also discovered the Netherworld Divine Fire blazing away on its back. Though surprised, it wasn't as shocked and horrified like the many demon gods and great demon gods. As a Prefecture Master, its status was just as respected as Meng Lei's. In fact, it wasn't inferior to most typical members of the royal family. What it was truly wary of was that divine Netherworld Phoenixes were terrifyingly strong. They were nearly invincible among opponents of the same grade as themselves. In particular, divine Netherworld Phoenixes were even the Ice Demon's natural enemy. Should Meng Lei really turn out to be a mid-level great demon god-level divine Netherworld Phoenix, the Ice Demon Prefecture Master wasn't confident that it could beat Meng Lei at all. You're losing for sure today. Meng Lei teleported a few times consecutively and furiously cast Netherworld Divine Fire. His divine body was far inferior to the Ice Demon Prefecture Master's. Fighting the Ice Demon Prefecture Master head-on was no different from courting death. Therefore, being constantly on the move and teleporting about while casting Netherworld Divine Fire to burn the Ice Demon Prefecture Master was the best strategy. Defeating me? Dream on. The Ice Demon Prefecture Master let out a deep roar. Churning chilly currents arose around it and shook off all the Netherworld Divine Fire flames on it. Right on the heels of it, it opened its mouth, and a white, chilly current sprayed out of it. The chilly current froze the air around it everywhere it passed through. Had Meng Lei not been fast enough with his teleportation, he would undoubtedly have been frozen to the spot. Meng Lei teleported to a faraway spot and gazed at the frozen air, finding it an awfully thorny problem. It was one thing to watch someone else's battle and something else altogether when he was the one actually battling. The Ice Demon Prefecture Master was even more fearsome than what it had seemed. You're surprisingly quick at fleeing. The Ice Demon Prefecture Master gazed coldly at Meng Lei before glancing at the Netherworld Divine Fire that it had cast off itself. A hint of an icy smile appeared at the corners of its lips as it said, "If my evaluation is correct, you've only gone through 5 rebirths at best, so your Netherworld Divine Fire can't burn me to death yet." Meng Lei had certainly given the Ice Demon Prefecture Master a shock earlier. It had initially thought that since Meng Lei had dared to challenge it, then he must be a mid-level great demon god for sure. However, Meng Lei's Netherworld Divine Fire was a lot weaker than what it had imagined. Thus, the Ice Demon Prefecture Master had basically judged that Meng Lei was just an ordinary great demon god. He was just a mere ordinary great demon god, yet he had actually dared to challenge it. He was practically sending himself to death's door. Haha! The Ice Demon Prefecture Master is looking down on you, Meng Lei. Dodola's somewhat gloating voice rang out in Meng Lei's mind. Are you that happy that it's looking down on me? Meng Lei rolled his eyes. It's fine if you don't want to help, but to think you're cracking wise at my expense. Dodola toned down its grin and said, There's a huge gap in strength between you and the Ice Demon Prefecture Master. Given your current prowess, you can only maneuver around it for a while at best. It's impossible for you to kill it. Meng Lei fell silent upon Dodola's response. Thanks to his teleportation ability, it was very hard for the Ice Demon Prefecture Master to kill him. However, his objective wasn't to maneuver around it but to kill it. By killing the Ice Demon Prefecture Master, not only would he earn vast amounts of divinity crystals, but he would also inherit the position of Ice Demon Prefecture Master and get his hands on the Ice Demon Prefecture's treasury. He must kill the Ice Demon Prefecture Master. But the problem was, how was he supposed to achieve that? Meng Lei couldn't help but sweep his gaze across his stats interface. He asked, System, how many divinity crystals does it cost to enhance my divine body? Ding! The host's physical body constitution is currently that of a low-level higher deities and will rival that of a mid-level higher deities after enhancement. Enhancement cost is estimated at 60 million divinity crystals, replied the system coldly. 60 million. Meng Lei was lost for words in an instant. What a ridiculous price that was. He wouldn't fetch that sort of money even if they split him up and sold him in bits and pieces. How was he supposed to enhance his divine body? Since I can't enhance my divine body, what else can I enhance? Meng Lei's gaze continued downward. Spirit, power of divinity, laws of nature comprehension, innate special ability. Wait a minute. Innate special ability? Meng Lei hurriedly asked, System, can innate special abilities be enhanced? Dear host, super enhancement is capable of enhancing everything about the host. How many divinity crystals does it cost to enhance Netherworld Divine Fire? Ding! The host's Netherworld Divine Fire is currently classified as a high-grade innate special ability and will become a superior-grade innate special ability after enhancement. Enhancement cost is estimated at 10 million divinity crystals. 10 million divinity crystals? Alright, do it. Meng Lei didn't hesitate. Whoosh! His wealth instantly decreased by 10 million divinity crystals, leaving him with a balance of only 37 million divinity crystals. At the same time, Meng Lei sensed a strange and fascinating warm current flowing into the deepest depths of his body. Netherworld divine fire flames involuntarily gushed out of the surface of his body and enveloped him within. Black Netherworld divine fire flames wrapped around his whole body. Despite the lack of apparent changes on the surface, Meng Lei could clearly sense that his Netherworld divine fire's temperature increased at a crazy rate. 500,000 degrees Celsius, 550,000 degrees Celsius, 600,000 degrees C. 700,000 degrees Celsius, 800,000 degrees Celsius, 900,000 degrees C. His Netherworld divine fire's temperature rose by leaps and bounds practically every second. At the end of it, it had actually broken through the 1 million degrees Celsius milestone. 1 million degrees Celsius? What kind of concept was that? Even the temperature of the sun's surface was no more than just a mere 5,500 degrees Celsius. One could imagine how just hot Meng Lei's Netherworld divine fire was. The Ice Demon Prefecture Master's sharp senses caught the changes in Meng Lei's Netherworld divine fire, and its expression changed dramatically right away. If Netherworld divine fire had posed no threat to it previously, then things were different now. His Netherworld divine fire has actually evolved? The Ice Demon Prefecture Master was rather horror-stricken. Every time a divine Netherworld Phoenix was reborn, their Netherworld divine fire would also evolve along with it. Its temperature would rise even further, and the power it contained would become even more fearsome. However, it only evolved after their rebirth. How could anyone just inexplicably evolve their Netherworld divine fire within such a short amount of time like what Meng Lei did? That didn't make sense at all. The Netherworld divine fire has evolved? Dodola, however, was already desensitized to such surprises by now. This wasn't the first or second time that Meng Lei had inexplicably powered up. Dodola had already become used to it by now. Meng Lei took a deep breath as he took in the changes in his Netherworld Divine Fire. Then, he said unhurriedly, "Didn't you find my Netherworld Divine Fire's temperatures too low for you, Ice Demon Prefecture Master? Come and give it a go again now." Meng Lei had already launched a casual attack before he was even done speaking. Several hundred black spears, all of them manifested from Netherworld Divine Fire, suddenly appeared in front of him. "Go!" Meng Lei stretched his arm out and pointed. At once, the several hundred black spears suddenly pierced through the air and shot toward the Ice Demon Prefecture Master at lightning-quick speed, reaching right in front of it in the blink of an eye. Roar! The Ice Demon Prefecture Master opened its mouth, and a white, chilly current sprayed out from within. It formed an ice wall in front of it that blocked the black spears hurtling toward it. Boom! The black spears landed against the ice wall and burst into raging flames. In the span of a few short breaths, they had already melted the ice wall and burned it into ashes. The Ice Demon Prefecture Master's expression involuntarily changed drastically. The Netherworld Divine Fire's might had spiked dramatically after its evolution. Once struck by its flames, they would definitely have a shot at killing it. His Netherworld Divine Fire might have evolved, but his divine body hasn't. The Ice Demon Prefecture Master's eyes were cold and imposing as it told itself, "As long as I can seize the opportunity, I'll definitely be able to kill him in one hit." Again, the greatly strengthened Netherworld Divine Fire gave Meng Lei a huge boost of confidence, and he transformed into a divine Netherworld Phoenix whose wingspan exceeded 100,000 feet. Every one of his black plumes stood on end like steel needles. His enormous form emanated a noble, cold, and aloof pressure. A fearsome aura spread from Meng Lei and swept through all directions. Screech! Meng Lei let out a cry. Great bursts of Netherworld Divine Fire shot forth like tornadoes with a flap of his wings and rushed toward the Ice Demon Prefecture Master with overwhelming momentum. Damn! The Ice Demon Prefecture Master's expression changed at once, and it swiftly retreated with a burst of speed. It didn't want the Netherworld Divine Fire flames to get onto it at all. Otherwise, things would be terrible. Thinking of fleeing? Meng Lei snorted and teleported behind the Ice Demon Prefecture Master. Another great burst of Netherworld Divine Fire flames surged out of him as he let out another cry. Bastard! The Ice Demon Prefecture Master tried to flee from the side, but Meng Lei didn't give it the chance at all. After teleporting a few times, the Ice Demon Prefecture Master had become surrounded by Netherworld Divine Fire on its left and right, top and bottom. For a while there was Netherworld Divine Fire to its top and bottom, left and right, as well as front and back. The Ice Demon Prefecture Master was completely surrounded by flames, leaving it no way out and nowhere to hide. Damn! The Netherworld Divine Fire flames reflected a fiery glow on the Ice Demon Prefecture Master's face, which had already become all distorted. Its heart sank as it stared at the Netherworld Divine Fire surging toward it from every direction. The evolved Netherworld Divine Fire contained incredible might. The Ice Demon Prefecture Master didn't want to come into contact with it at all if it could help it. However, now that things had come to such a pass, it could only fight back head-on. Roar! Surging, torrential white, chilly currents arose all around the Ice Demon Prefecture Master, and formed a thick ice shield all around it as it roared. Right after that, the Ice Demon Prefecture Master jumped right into the blazing Netherworld Divine Fire flames. A moment later, it charged out of the Netherworld Divine Fire encirclement. The ice shield was already on fire and blazing away by now. Just as it was about to be fully burned away, the Ice Demon Prefecture Master shook itself hard all over, shaking off the ice shield and throwing it out. Phew! I finally charged my way out. The Ice Demon Prefecture Master heaved a sigh of relief. However, before it could completely become at ease, a mocking voice rang out beside its ear. Ice Demon Prefecture Master, did you think it's already over with just that? Eh? The Ice Demon Prefecture Master raised its head, only to see that an overwhelming number of black spears had surrounded it. Densely packed black spears occupied the heavens and the earth, its left and right, front and back, every direction. There were as many as tens of thousands of them. There was nowhere in and nowhere out. It had become surrounded again. Bastard! The Ice Demon Prefecture Master was so furious that it was shaking all over. It had only just escaped from the encirclement after so much trouble and hadn't even caught its breath yet. Yet it had become surrounded again? Just how goddamn beep was that? Meng Lei resumed his human form and said, "Accept your fate, Ice Demon Prefecture Master. There's nowhere for you to run anymore. We'll have to see whether or not you're that capable if you want to kill me." The Ice Demon Prefecture Master let out a deep roar. White, chilly currents arose all around it again. Evidently, it was intending to use the same trick and escape using an ice shield. Shoot! The black spears covering the sky shot toward the Ice Demon Prefecture Master in a swarm like a rain of arrows. Block! The Ice Demon Prefecture Master bellowed. The white, chilly currents formed a thick ice wall around it. On top of that, the ice wall constantly increased in size and became thicker and thicker. Resistance is futile. Dodola flew over at this point and blew lightly at the ice wall. A huge dimensional vortex, through which one could see the Ice Demon Prefecture Master, bizarrely appeared on the thick ice wall. Whoosh! Meng Lei seized the opportunity right away. Dozens of black spears shot into the dimensional vortex. Ah! Ah! Damn! Blood drained from the Ice Demon Prefecture Master's face. Chilly air reverberated around it, instantly shaking off a greater half of the flames at its abdomen. Nevertheless, quite a bit of Netherworld divine fire flames continued to stick to it like glue. Don't struggle in vain anymore, Ice Demon Prefecture Master. Your fate has already been destined. A calm smile graced Meng Lei's features as an overwhelming number of black spears shot toward it simultaneously. Stop, stop, stop. The Ice Demon Prefecture Master was unable to block the attack this time. The black spears bombarded it and turned into fierce, raging flames that began to blaze away furiously. Boom! The Ice Demon Prefecture Master instantly turned into a demon on fire. It tried desperately to spur the demonic aura inside it so that it could shake off the Netherworld divine fire and drive the flames away. But it was of no use. Within the short span of a few breaths, the fire, which was becoming increasingly bigger and fiercer, had completely swallowed it up. The Ice Demon Prefecture Master let out a shrill cry that sounded as if the wailing of vengeful spirits from hell. All the demons that heard it were incredibly alarmed and frightened, and their hair couldn't help but stand on end. Lord Prefecture Master has lost? The 10 million Ice Demon Prefecture guards were trembling all over. They couldn't believe the scene taking place before their eyes. The Grand Ice Demon Prefecture's most powerful Lord Prefecture Master that was unbeatable in their eyes had lost? Lord Prefecture Master has actually lost to him. This is truly unbelievable. The demon gods and great demon gods watching the battle also had a complex look in their eyes and a look of disbelief on their faces. The Ice Demon Prefecture Master had sat firmly on the Prefecture Master throne for as long as 40,000 years. It had encountered innumerable challengers during this period and won them all, yet it had finally been defeated today. Ice Demon Prefecture is in for a huge change. From now on, the whole Ice Demon Prefecture will be his. Ah! The Ice Demon Prefecture Master was still screaming. The terrifying Netherworld divine fire flames continued blazing away, burning its demonic body into ashes bit by bit. The pain and agony involved were self-evident. Even a mid-level great demon god like the Ice Demon Prefecture Master found it hard to bear. Congratulations, Meng Lei. A smiling Dodola said, "From now on, you're the newly appointed Prefecture Master of the Ice Demon Prefecture." You too. Meng Lei returned the smile. Then, his gaze swept across the demon gods, great demon gods, and Ice Demon Prefecture guards around them. It was time to enjoy the fruits of his victory next. Spare me. At last, the Ice Demon Prefecture Master couldn't take it anymore. It begged for mercy hoarsely. Let me off. I'm willing to submit to you. Submit. Meng Lei shook his head. It's too late now. Bastard. Hate filled the Ice Demon Prefecture Master. A lofty mid-level great demon god, was sincerely begging for mercy and offering submission, yet Meng Lei had actually rejected it. He was too much. Since you refuse to give me a way out, then you can forget about having a good time, too. We'll go down together, you bastard. The Ice Demon Prefecture master bellowed hysterically. Its gigantic demonic body suddenly began to inflate and expand furiously like an inflating balloon. Oh no! It intends to self-destruct. At the sight of this, the expressions of the dozen or so great demon gods watching the battle all changed, and they immediately turned tail and ran. The 10 million Ice Demon Prefecture guards, as well as the demon gods watching the battle, were scared witless. All of them turned and fled into the distance, wishing they had been born with an extra pair of legs. However, they were ultimately still a tad too slow. As a deafening boom rang out, the Ice Demon Prefecture master's body also exploded with a loud bang, as though 100 million hydrogen bombs were suddenly going off. Boom! The dimension broke apart right away, and a gigantic black hole formed from the explosion. Additionally, the black hole was also expanding at a terrifying rate. In no time, it had expanded to a size that spanned 1,000,000 miles in radius. The Ice Demon City right underneath it was out of luck. The black hole swallowed the buildings, the demons, the streets, the forests. It swallowed everything that it could possibly swallow. The world became void of all sounds, color, life, and vitality in this instant. All one could see within their sight was just a constantly expanding black hole. One couldn't tell how long had passed before the expanding black hole finally calmed down. A few minutes later, the black hole disappeared completely, and the sky resumed its original brightness once more. However, when the surviving great demon gods saw the sight before their eyes, all of them were stunned. A gigantic deep pit that spanned a radius of 10 million miles had formed in the center of the boundless Ice Demon City. As though a crater formed by a meteor crashing into the earth, there was no sign of life or any living being inside it. All there was in there was just charred soil and rocks that had turned into glass from the high heat. As for the many demon gods and the 10 million Ice Demon Prefecture guards that had been floating in the air earlier, in fact, even the countless demons on the ground, all of them had vanished. How did this happen? One of the great demon gods had a rather dazed look in its eyes. All the Ice Demon Prefecture guards had died, while the city center had also turned into a deep pit. How many demons had exactly died just now? How many demons had died? Meng Lei didn't know either. He was very displeased, terribly so, at the moment. Since the Ice Demon Prefecture master had self-destructed, then that meant that he hadn't killed it with his own hands. The money that had been about to enter his bank was gone. Just how F***ed up was that? That was a mid-level great demon god that rivaled a mid-level higher deity. Just how much money have I lost? Meng Lei felt as if his heart was bleeding. Aside from that, there was also one other thing that he was worried about. The whole prefecture master residence had been caught in the explosion just now. Surely the treasury in there was fine, right? Meng Lei's heart couldn't help but sink as he gazed at the huge pit, whose diameter spanned as wide as 10 million miles. The explosion had destroyed the prefecture master residence. In that case, the chances of the treasury surviving the explosion. Meng Lei griped. Why didn't you stop it from self-destructing just now? Stop it from self-destructing? Why don't you do it yourself if you're that capable? Dodola said huffily. Who would be able to stop a mid-level great demon god from self-destructing? Not me for sure. It's already pretty impressive that one can come out of it alive. Meng Lei curled his lip grumpily. Then, he quickly teleported to the center of the huge pit. There was nothing in the pit at all, not even an ant, let alone the prefecture master residence. This didn't bode well for the treasury. Meng Lei immediately urged, Hurry! Look for the prefecture master residence's treasury for me. Dodola. All he could do now was hope that the treasury was on other half-planes instead, and not in the prefecture master residence itself. Otherwise, everything they had done would really have been all for naught. Fine. Dodola agreed to his request. It released its divine cognition into the surroundings and started to look for it. Meng Lei also tried searching for it. It was just a pity that there was nothing here and nothing there. There was nothing in the east and nothing in the west. What's that? Dodola suddenly let out a soft sound of surprise. Then, it took a white crystal out from the soil with a casual wave. The crystal emanated might that filled one with trepidation. This aura... Dodola burst into laughter at once. Menglei, I found the Ice Demon Prefecture Master's demonic core. Its demonic core? A huge jolt went through Menglei, and he hurriedly grabbed the demonic and inspected it. True enough, he could sense the Ice Demon Prefecture Master's divine spirit's aura inside it. Menglei was overjoyed right away. The Ice Demon Prefecture Master was still alive. The destructive power of self-destruction may be great, but demonic cores are objects manifested from demonic power, one's divine spirit, and the origin of laws of nature. They are firm and indestructible, so they won't be broken by the power generated from self-destruction, explained Dodola with a smile. Menglei nodded repeatedly. Then he released his divine cognition, sent it into the demonic core, and began to inspect it. The demonic core was undamaged. This meant that the Ice Demon Prefecture Master's divine spirit was definitely unharmed. At best, it might have sunk into a deep sleep. True enough, as Menglei inspected the demonic core, the Ice Demon Prefecture Master's divine spirit also gradually awakened. At once, it let out a mad, furious roar full of immense hatred. You bastard! You forced me to self-destruct and destroyed my demonic body. I'll never let you off even if I were to fall into the depths of hell. Hee. It's great that you're still alive. Menglei licked his lips. Then, the power of his divine spirit gushed forth and began to furiously attack the Ice Demon Prefecture Master's divine spirit in an attempt to thoroughly kill it. To deities and demons, the true core of their existences were their divine spirits. As long as their divine spirit was still alive, then they would be considered alive. It was only when their divine spirit was destroyed and dissipated that they would truly be dead. Therefore, Menglei wanted to kill the Ice Demon Prefecture Master once more. Arg! The Ice Demon Prefecture Master roared furiously in pain and agony. However, without its demonic body, its divine spirit was as though a tree without its roots. It couldn't withstand Menglei's attacks at all. Gradually, it began to break down. In the end, ding! One ice demon god killed. 62 million divinity crystals gained. Haha! One's effort should always be rewarded. Now, this feels much better. And the prefecture treasury, I have to find it. The wealth of a mid-level great demon god accumulated over its entire life must be plenteous. Menglei had Dodola continue the search while he started to read the Ice Demon Prefecture Master's divine spirit fragments. Other than knowing the treasury's exact location, the memory itself was a precious treasure which Menglei had to dig into. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. As he continued reading, the Ice Demon Prefecture Master's memory played out swiftly in his mind. After over an hour, Menglei finally completed the reading process. He let out a long breath of pent-up air as a hint of a smile dashed across his face. Dodola, have you found anything yet? Menglei teased. Found what? There was not even the slightest trace of it. Ha ha ha, that's normal. Menglei laughed. The treasury wasn't here in the first place. Not here. Dodola paused. Then where is it? The Ice Demon Prefecture Master wasn't in the prefecture usually as it stayed in the Ice Demon Snow Mountain most of the time, cultivating in the extreme cold on top of the mountain, Menglei explained. All its treasures, collections, and wealth are stored there. So where is the Ice Demon Snow Mountain? Dodola asked. Follow me. Menglei smiled faintly as he was about to leave with Dodola. Just then, a dozen of the great demon gods who were previously watching the battle surrounded him suddenly. Menglei raised an eyebrow. What are they trying to do? Perhaps they are trying to take advantage of the situation? The reality proved that Menglei overthought it. These great demon gods flew over and bowed respectfully. Greetings, Prefecture Master. It was an expression of goodwill. Menglei nodded slightly. Stand down the formalities. Your prowess is unfathomable. Defeating Cater to become the new Prefecture Master is a blessing to the Prefecture and also our great honor. A great demon god said respectfully. Please allow us to carry out any orders you have, and we will bend our backs to the task until our dying day." The other great demon gods also expressed their willingness to serve Meng Lei as his tools. Great! Meng Lei was satisfied with their attitude. He smiled and said, "I was born rapacious, and I have an eye for things like laws of nature, origin crystals, and divinity crystals. If you are free, you can help me find more of these treasures." Upon hearing that, the great demon gods only had swearing and curses in their minds. "We expressed our goodwill only as a formality, not literally serving you, and you actually start ordering us around? Do you not know the way of the world? Or you thought you're an actual prefecture master?" The great demon gods were dissing Meng Lei secretly in their minds. To be honest, the previous prefecture master had never ordered them around before. Not for this one, though. "Oh, one more thing. 3 days later will be my 25th birthday." Meng Lei continued. "I'll let you all settle the birthday feast. If I'm not pleased with the feast or the presents are undesirable, I'll be furious." Having said that, Meng Lei left with Dodola, leaving behind the confused great demon gods. "It'll be your 25th birthday 3 days later? 25th birthday? Who are you trying to fool? If you're not at least 1,000 years old, I'll change my surname to yours." What the hell does he want? A great demon god's expression was awful. He obviously wants to plunder more treasure. Such naked greed. This bastard is even greedier than Cater. The Ice Demon Snow Mountain is on the west side of the Ice Demon Prefecture. It's 1,286,000 kilometers above sea level, with permanent snow throughout the year, making it suitable for ice demons to live in. The Ice Demon Prefecture Master stayed there most of the time for cultivation. It was the perfect place for it. The two of them chatted idly on the way. It took half a day for them to reach the Ice Demon Snow Mountain. The undulating white mountains were like countless frost colossal dragons lying prostrate on top, magnificent and spectacular. Among these countless snowy mountains stood out an extremely majestic white mountain that was way higher than the ordinary mountains. It was the Ice Demon Snow Mountain. The mountain was already covered by clouds halfway up, as if it was a celestial realm that was separate from the world, holy, advanced, and majestic. The two of them passed through the clouds and went up all the way. It took them half an hour to reach the top of the mountain. There were no layers of clouds here anymore. The sky was azure, while there was nothing in the vicinity except for a majestic icy palace on top of the mountain. The Ice Demon Prefecture Master's Shrine. "We're here." Meng Lei's heart quickened uncontrollably as he knew how rich the Ice Demon Prefecture Master was after he read its memory. The Ice Demon Prefecture's territory was the size of over 1,000 of Heaven's Vault continent. The Ice Demon Prefecture Master had been in charge for over 40,000 years and collected massive amounts of tributes. How much wealth did it accumulate over 40,000 years? Meng Lei was eager to open the treasury and feast his eyes on what was inside. Roar! A furious roar rang abruptly. Who dares to trespass into the Ice Demon Shrine? Meng Lei stopped and realized that there was a gigantic winged python chained by the door. Its body seemed to be made of ice as it coiled up its massive body. The python stared at Meng Lei as a cold glint flashed across its greenish eyes. Heaven-devouring python of the depths. Meng Lei recognized this python. It was a divine beast that the Ice Demon Prefecture Master had caught to guard the shrine. It was as powerful as a normal great demon god. Archibald. Master looked at the python and said, "The Ice Demon Prefecture Master you knew is now dead. The one standing before you is your new master." "What? Master is dead?" The heaven-devouring python of the depths was shaken as disbelief filled its eyes. "You're lying. How would my master die? Master ruled the prefecture, and it was a mid-level great demon god. Who could have killed it?" "I killed it," Meng Lei said calmly. "I killed your prefecture master, and the prefecture is now mine, including its wealth too. Well, seeing that you have guarded the shrine, I can let you live on the condition that you submit to me. My master is the mightiest I've seen. How could it be killed? You dare to fool me?" The heaven-devouring python of the depths roared and opened its bloody mouth and bit toward Meng Lei. "Presumptuous!" Meng Lei frowned as he pointed his finger. A chilly current with a purple glint shot into the body of the python. Crackle. Ice formed on the heaven-devouring python of the depths starting from its huge mouth. After a few moments, the enormous slithering body was frozen in light purple ice. Mysterious ice of the depths. This is the mysterious ice of the depths. Dodola was a little shocked. What the heck? How did you manage to use the signature special ability of the frost gods? I accidentally awakened the frost god's bloodline a while ago. Meng Lei laughed as he explained. Accidentally? Dodola did not know what to say. Aside, you're really assembling powerful bloodlines into one body. The god-slaying rat bloodline, divine netherworld phoenix bloodline, hundred-armed giant bloodline, the frost god's bloodline, and the ancient tree of life bloodline. Monster! You're a monster! Thanks for the compliment. Meng Lei laughed and walked straight toward the shrine with Dodola following closely behind. The door was pushed open. It was empty. However, ice elements were extremely rich here, making it an ideal place for cultivation. And at the center of the shrine, there was a gigantic magic circle. Meng Lei knew that this magic circle would lead him to the treasury existential plane. Meng Lei activated the magic circle and disappeared with Dodola. When they reappeared, they entered another world. As far as the eye could see, it was a vast expanse of white. Ice fields and white snow were everywhere, and there was no wind, which made the place terrifyingly quiet. There were only ice elemental laws of nature and ice elements here, as this was an ice elemental half-plane. Meng Lei, where are the treasures? Dodola looked around and asked curiously. It can be as far away as being at the edge of the sky or as near as being right before your eyes. Meng Lei waved his arm as the snow under his feet rose into the air. What was revealed was not the bare ground but densely packed chests. These chests crafted from solid ice were gleaming with a chilly glint, as colorful sparkles of the treasures could be seen through the transparent ice. The wealth of the Ice Demon Prefecture Master was in these chests. Wow! Dodola exclaimed softly as it flapped its wings and struck open an icy chest. It emitted a pure divine spirit wave as it contained crystallized divine spirit extracts. A chest that was full of crystallized divine spirit extracts. Meng Lei had obtained them before, but they were always picked up one by one in the past. When had he ever seen a full chest of crystallized divine spirit extracts? For a moment, Meng Lei's eyes were immediately fixed. So many crystallized divine spirit extract. Crystallized divine spirit extracts are extremely rare resources which normal higher deities wouldn't have much savings. Now there's so many stocked up here. Dodola was rather stunned by the sight. Nice! Got to keep all these. Meng Lei kept this chest of crystallized divine spirit extract and continued opening each chest as more treasures were revealed. So many laws of nature origin crystals? Keep them. Divinity crystals this time. Keep. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Chests of laws of nature origin crystals vanished. Chests of divinity crystals vanished. Meng Lei's wealth spiked rapidly once again. When the count finally paused, his wealth had grown to an astonishing 397.6 million divinity crystals. Yes, I've struck a true jackpot today. Meng Lei spoke to himself as his speech became incoherent in excitement. Stop laughing foolishly and look at this. Watching Meng Lei's silliness of an upstart, Dodola could not help but yell at him. What? Meng Lei flew over as he saw a chest of colorful crystals that gave off gushing laws of nature power. They were without a doubt laws of nature fragments. However, this chest of laws of nature fragments was very much different from those Meng Lei had collected in the past. These are fusion laws of nature fragments. Dodola's eyes were shining brightly. 2 colored ones are double elemental fusion laws of nature fragments. 3 colored ones are triple elemental fusion laws of nature fragments. As such, 4 colored ones are quad elemental. Of course, the 4 colored ones are really rare as there are close to none of them. Fusion laws of nature fragments? Meng Lei's eyes lit up. He did not think too much of the double elemental fusion laws of nature fragments since he had already assimilated so many of them. He was looking for triple elemental and quad elemental fusion laws of nature fragments, especially the quad elemental ones. Chapter 335 The Death Gods, the Grim Reaper's Eye. These were special as they were assimilated from 4 different laws of nature, making them extremely valuable. Meng Lei kept them cautiously for later use when he had the time. The leftovers were triple elemental fusion laws of nature fragments with over 300 pieces, which Meng Lei kept too. Meng Lei carried on with the box openings with chests of demonic crystals, demonic cores. Ding! Dropped item discovered. Will you pick it up? The system's notification rang abruptly. Yes, pick it up. Ding! Pickup successful. You have obtained the Grim Reaper bloodline. Will you assimilate it? Grim Reaper bloodline? A dash of shock flashed in Meng Lei's eyes. Despite their rare numbers, the Grim Reaper was one of the most terrifying races in the universe. Assimilate it. Meng Lei did not hesitate. Boom! Unique gray energy surged into Meng Lei's body within his limbs and bones, spreading throughout his entire body. For a while, a gray mist came off Meng Lei's body as if he had burst into flames. Dodola watched with concern. Meng Lei, what's happening to you? Nothing much, just accidentally awakening some Grim Reaper bloodline. It is part of the process. Meng Lei gritted through the intense pain across his body and gave Dodola a smile of reassurance. Although the assimilation process was painful, he could withstand it now at this stage. Grim Reaper bloodline? Dodola gasped. You awakened another one, and it's the Grim Reaper bloodline this time? Oh great god of time, what kind of freak are you? Hee hee. Meng Lei curled his lips and grinned. A thick fog of gray mist spewed out steadily as Meng Lei emitted an aura of death, while his skin turned from yellow to gray. 10 minutes later, the Grim Reaper bloodline had assimilated while Meng Lei's skin color had turned gray completely. Other than that, his appearance remained the same. No, there was one other thing that changed. A vertical slit gray pupil on Meng Lei's forehead. There was nothing else that changed other than that. Dodola. So this is how the death gods look like? Meng Lei was surprised. When he assimilated other bloodlines, he would transform into the appearance of that race like the god-slaying rat, the 100-armed giant, the divine Netherworld phoenix, the ancient tree of life, the frost gods. The Grim Reaper bloodline was the exception. Other than the skin turning gray and a vertical pupil on the forehead, there were no other transformations, making it unique. The death gods have no fixed appearance. Dodola had a complex look on its face. The biggest feature would be the gray skin and the Grim Reaper's eye. The Grim Reaper's eye? Meng Lei waved his hand as a water mirror appeared before him, reflecting his current look. This extra thing on my forehead is the Grim Reaper's eye? What is the use of this? What use? I must say it's a huge one. Dodola explained. Normally, whether it's a deity or a demon, they're either skilled in physical attacks or divinity attacks. The death gods, however, other than the 2 standard types of attack, possess a terrifying offensive ability, the divine spirit attack. That's what the Grim Reaper's eye does. Dodola sighed as it continued. The Grim Reaper's eye can attack the enemy's divine spirit directly, and it can kill enemies of the same class in one strike. Plus, it can devour the enemy's divine spirit to strengthen your own divine spirit without any side effects. Damn, that's crazy. Meng Lei could not help but gasp. Attacking the divine spirit directly, one-shot kill, and the ability to devour divine spirits to strengthen his own divine spirit. That's just crazy. It's that insane. Dodola sighed. The reason why they're known as the death gods is because of this crazy Grim Reaper's eye. Crazy. That's too insane. Meng Lei swept a glance at his stats interface. The assimilation degree of the Grim Reaper bloodline was only 32%. Meng Lei did not hesitate to raise it to 100% immediately. 68 divinity crystals were spent. It was clear that the Grim Reaper bloodline was another powerful true god bloodline, not an ancient god bloodline. After that, Meng Lei continued with the loot. There were chests of demons and magical beast carcasses, including fire demon's heart, succubus's eye, and limbs of powerful magical beasts. Ding! Dropped item discovered. Will you pick it up? Yes, pick it up. Ding. Pickup successful. You have obtained the Underworld Ghost bloodline. Will you assimilate it? No, don't assimilate it. Ding. Pickup successful. You have obtained. Meng Lei was not too interested in these carcasses as he sent them into the Tower of Time for the Golden Little Tree's enjoyment. After consuming a massive amount of remains that Meng Lei had provided, the Golden Little Tree grew taller by only a small margin. It made Meng Lei rather anxious. How long would it take for this tree to grow into an adult? I guess there's no choice but to grow this slowly. After keeping the chests with the carcasses, there were the chests containing weapons. There were demonic weapons and divine weapons of good quality, as the lowest graded ones were at least mid-tier weapons. These mid-tier divine weapons and demonic weapons are not useful to me, but I can give them to Amos and the rest. Meng Lei kept these weapons except for a dozen high-tier divine weapons and demonic weapons, with each of them giving off divinity power, magic power, waves. These will be mine. After another round of looting, Meng Lei was overflowing with wealth. The Ice Demon Prefecture Master's treasury did not disappoint after all, as he made a great fortune. It was time to spend his newfound fortune, as Meng Lei chose to enhance his divine body. Even if he killed the Ice Demon Prefecture Master, Meng Lei knew that his absolute combat strength would only be on par with a normal great demon god. How was that acceptable? Prefecture Masters were usually mid-level great demon gods. How could he fall behind them? Ding! The host's physical body constitution is currently that of a low-level higher deities and will rival that of a mid-level higher deities after enhancement. Enhancement cost is estimated at 60 million divinity crystals. The system informed coldly. Enhance. Meng Lei huffed. I had no money previously, but it's different now. A mere 60 million divinity crystals is still affordable. Whoosh! His wealth shrunk by 60 million, while Meng Lei could feel that his divine body was strengthened at a skyrocketing speed, as a new round of enhancement had begun. 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 10 times, 20 times, 30 times. After the enhancement was complete, Meng Lei could feel that his divine body was stronger by 100 times. Endless power gushed within his body, as Meng Lei had never felt such strength before. If the Ice Demon Prefecture Master was in front of me, I could absolutely go head-to-head with it. After leaving the Ice Elemental half-plane, both of them returned to the Ice Demon Shrine. The heaven-devouring python of the depths was still frozen within the mysterious ice of the depths before Meng Lei released it. Hiss! Once the heaven-devouring python of the depths went free, it tried to bite Meng Lei immediately. The mysterious ice of the depths might have immobilized its body, but its divine spirit and consciousness were not, as its mind was still active. During the time that it was frozen, it was not frightened. Instead, it hated Meng Lei to the core, as it swore to kill Meng Lei and avenge its master. You still dare to attack me? Meng Lei let out an icy snort. Then his palm smacked toward the python. Boom! His iron fists hit the snake in the nose as it bent down instantly with a crackling sound. Meng Lei appeared above the python's head with a flash and stomped down hard. Its skull turned into a massive pit with a thunderous boom. Hiss arg! The heaven-devouring python of the depths let out a painful cry as blood shot out of every hole of its face. It then dropped dead onto the ground as its brain was blasted into pieces instantly. Meng Lei waved his arm and summoned a demonic core from the corpse. Using the Grim Reaper's eye, the divine spirit of the python was dragged out and devoured. Ding! 1 heaven-devouring python of the depths killed. 4.9 million divinity crystals gained. You overestimated yourself. Meng Lei sneered as he kept the carcass into the Tower of Time for the Golden Little Tree to consume. He had finally understood that there was more value in using super enhancement than to upgrade his divine body through devouring life essence. Although super enhancement was costly, it had the best effects without any repercussions, making it much more effective than devouring life essence. Dodola, let's return. All right. The two of them went through the same way they came and returned to the Ice Demon City after a day. From leaving the city until their return, adding the amount of time they spent at the treasury in the middle, it took them 3 days. However, after Meng Lei returned, there were no signs of celebrations in the streets at all. Meng Lei, What happened to your birthday feast and celebrations? Dodola watched the quiet city and tried to hold its laughter. They completely disregarded you as their new prefecture master. Isn't this what I wanted? Meng Lei said calmly while he seemed indifferent. The 25th birthday? He was only using it as an excuse to be mad. Things had gone in his favor as the dozen of great demon gods did not bother to treat his words seriously. Host a birthday banquet? It was clear that they did not think much of it. Time to meet up with these audacious great demon gods and see what they have to say. Meng Lei spoke directly. Great demon gods in Ice Demon City. Get the hell out here. Boom. Meng Lei's voice rang across the entire city and caused a great stir. Demons ran out of their living spaces and saw Meng Lei hovering in the air with fear written all over their faces. They had not fully recovered from the disaster a few days ago yet. Whoosh! The dozens of great demon gods responded to Meng Lei's call actively and reached before him swiftly. You're back, Prefecture Master. Greetings, my Lord Prefecture Master. These great demon gods seemed respectful as they presented their formalities. It seems that you all have been doing a great job. Really great. Meng Lei was furious. To be able to treat my orders like nonsense? How did you all manage to do that? What do you mean, Lord Prefecture Master? The great demon gods pretended to be shocked. You don't know? Then let me remind you a bit. Meng Lei said coldly. 3 days ago before I left the city, I remember I had instructed something. So why is there nothing going on in the city? You mean the birthday banquet, my lord? Oh, you remembered. A great demon god explained. Lord Prefecture Master, you should look for the guards on matters like birthday banquets. Not us. It's not part of our job scope. Lord Prefecture Master, Cater Prefecture Master did not have such requests for us when he reigned. We are great demon gods, after all. We aren't lackeys of the Prefecture Master. Exactly. These great demon gods seemed to be respectful, but the disdain and mockery in their eyes were clear and obvious. You might have defeated Cater to become the new Prefecture Master, but don't think of ordering us around. We're the great demon gods, not your lackeys. Why would we do such lowly work for you? Great. Awesome. Meng Lei smiled at them cheerfully. Since all of you have disobeyed my orders, don't blame me for being mad. Ha ha ha. Upon hearing Meng Lei's warning, the great demon gods laughed out loud. You're amusing, my lord. You're great at making jokes, my lord. Joking? Who the hell is joking with you? Since all of you did not even give me the slightest respect, your existence isn't necessary anymore. Meng Lei promptly became mad. In his eyes, these great demon gods were all walking treasuries. How could he let them off? The dozen or so great demon gods' expressions darkened upon his statement. Hostility filled their eyes. Lord Prefecture Master, don't go too far. You may be the new Prefecture Master, but don't think that you can order us around. We, the great demon gods, are not your servants. Lord Prefecture Master, to put it bluntly, you'll need our help if you wish to stabilize your position as Prefecture Master. Previously, it was also because of this same reason that Lord Cater had always treated us with civility, rather than adopting a haughty attitude like you and shouting at us. We're also bigwigs in the Ice Demon Prefecture. Without our cooperation, you won't even be able to get your government ordinances out the door. Are you finished yet? Meng Lei gazed at the great demon gods. Thinking that they had managed to convince Meng Lei, the great demon gods' tones also mellowed. They said, Lord Prefecture Master, Ice Demon City hasn't ever been the Prefecture Masters alone. As long as you treat us with civility, we'll also be willing to revere you as the newly appointed Prefecture Master. It's good for you, good for me, and good for all of us. Since this is Lord Prefecture Master's first time here, perhaps you aren't familiar with Ice Demon City's situation yet. We express our understanding toward Lord Prefecture Master's earlier insolence. Yes, exactly. So, are you finished yet? The smile on Meng Lei's countenance gradually vanished. At the sight of Meng Lei's expression, the great demon gods suddenly realized that things didn't seem to be going the way that they had expected. At once, they barked, What's the meaning of this, Lord Prefecture Master? Since you've finished, Then go to hell. The aura around Meng Lei was strong and thriving. He said, the ice demon city that's free of your presences will only develop even better and even more steadily. Taking control of it will also become easier. A fire great demon god, with an awful look on its countenance, asked, Kid, are you really going to completely fall out with us? Fall out with all of you? Do you even deserve such an honor? Meng Lei let out a peal of laughter and said, I'll be honest with you. From the very moment I came to Ice Demon City, I've never intended to let any of you off. Kid, you're too full of yourself. Do you think you can do whatever you want just because you've killed Prefecture Master Cater? I'll tell you this, you're imagining things. Thinking of acting presumptuously here? Dream on. You succeeded in killing Prefecture Master Cater only because you had taken advantage of the difficult situation it was in. Had Prefecture Master Cater not been utterly exhausted, how could you possibly have killed it? Ha! Do you really think you're strong enough to be Prefecture Master? You can't beat someone on their own turf? Die! How would Meng Lei possibly waste his breath on them? A pale violet chilly current burst forth from all over him and instantly spread 1,000 miles into the surroundings. He had cast mysterious ice of the depths. Crack! The mysterious ice of the depths looked just like featherlight, weightless violet mist. However, it rapidly froze over the moment it made contact with the great demon gods' bodies. At once, the dozen or so great demon gods sensed their movements slowing down and showing signs of freezing. Damn it! Let go! Alarmed, the great demon gods completely flared up. Boom, boom, boom. Flames rose, demonic aura ran rampant. Black winds wreaked havoc, lightning flashed, and thunder boomed. It took only a brief moment for them to shake off the violet chilly currents on them. On Kid, you may want to kill us, but are you strong enough to? Everyone, let's attack together and kill him. Ice Demon City is ours. The great demon gods' cold gazes swept toward Meng Lei, only to discover to their astonishment that densely packed short black spears had filled the sky around them. They surrounded them from all directions, including above and below them, and sealed off every possible way out. Sorry? A smiling Meng Lei floated in the air a short distance away. But I made some Netherworld divine spears to prevent you guys from escaping while you were shaking off the mysterious ice of the depths. You bastard! The great demon gods' expressions darkened immensely as they gazed at the infinite number of black spears surrounding them. Never had they ever expected that Meng Lei would really try to wipe them all out. Kid, do you really think that you can kill this many great demon gods all by yourself? A thunder great demon god roared furiously. How would I know if we don't give it a shot? Meng Lei flicked his fingers and said, Look out! I'm about to attack now. His placid voice was still echoing in the surroundings when he teleported in front of a thunder great demon god. He revealed a smile and declared, I'll start with you. So, you want to kill me? Not so easy. A huge jolt of alarm went through the thunder great demon god. However, it fully exhibited its demonic nature during this moment of crisis. A dazzling flash of black thunder burst forth from it as it brazenly swung its fist at Meng Lei, its movements savage to the extreme. You think too highly of yourself. Meng Lei chuckled softly and swung his fist lightly at it. Boom! The two fists clashed against each other. As the crisp boom of something breaking rang out, the thunder great demon god's entire arm exploded, leaving behind only ghastly white bones. Ah! The thunder great demon god let out a shrill scream. It couldn't help but stare at Meng Lei in disbelief as it exclaimed, Why is your demonic body so powerful? Haven't you heard of the proverb, a separation of 3 days makes one a changed man? Meng Lei shook his head leisurely. Then he reached out and tapped the thunder great demon god in between its brows. Crack! A bloody hole immediately formed in between the thunder great demon god's brows, and it stiffened all over. Then, the light in its eyes gradually dissipated, and all signs of life disappeared. Whoosh! Meng Lei then sent the thunder great demon god's demonic body into the Tower of Time for the golden little tree's feeding pleasure. An ordinary great demon god's life essence would be enough for it to grow a small section. Everything had taken place in a flash from the point where Meng Lei had attacked till the point that the Thunder Great Demon God perished and vanished. This shocked and horrified all the other great demon gods. Having witnessed Meng Lei and Prefecture Master Cater's intense battle with their own eyes, they self-professed to have understood how strong Meng Lei was. Apart from his Netherworld divine fire, Meng Lei only had an average demonic body that was about the standard of an ordinary great demon god. That was why they didn't fear Meng Lei and had dared to treat his words as mere hot air. They had thought that no matter how strong Meng Lei was, he would never be a match for them if they joined hands against him. However, they felt like they had severely underestimated Meng Lei at this moment. Given his capability of killing a Thunder Great Demon God with just a punch, just how frighteningly powerful must his body be? He was definitely not just an ordinary great demon god. He's at least a mid-level great demon god. Damn it! We've been had. The great demon gods were alarmed, furious, and filled with regrets. Had they known that Meng Lei was this strong, how would they possibly have dared to go against him? Wouldn't they just be courting death that way? So, who's next? Meng Lei turned to the remaining great demon gods. Then, he very quickly locked on to the fire great demon god as a target and said, "You raised the biggest clamor just now, so I'll make you the second target." "No, don't." Frightened out of its wits, the fire great demon god wanted to beg for mercy. Alas, it was too late. Boom! Its head was also pierced through with another tap of Meng Lei's finger. Who's the third? Meng Lei looked at the rest of the great demon gods, frightening them out of their wits. Instantly taking out great demon gods with one tap of his finger each. Just how savage was he? How many taps would they be able to withstand? "Spare us. Spare us, Lord Prefecture Master. We were wrong. Please have mercy on us. We were wrong." The rest of the great demon gods all dropped onto their knees and kowtowed incessantly as they begged for mercy desperately. Begging for mercy on your knees? How can this do? Meng Lei raised an eyebrow and said, "Hurry and get up. All of you are lofty great demon gods, you know. If you kowtow to me and beg for mercy, you might just reduce my lifespan." "What? My lord." Meng Lei had never been a soft-hearted person, so how would he possibly let them off? Jab, 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 jab. Ugh, ugh, ugh. The span of a few breaths later, yet another 7 to 8 great demon gods perished. The last 3 remaining great demon gods had already fled in fear a long time ago. How would they possibly dare to linger for even a moment longer? They didn't even fear the black spears that covered the sky anymore at this point. They lunged straight toward the densely packed black spears and didn't stop even when the Netherworld divine fire came into contact with their bodies. They're just sending themselves straight to death's door. Meng Lei shook his head lightly. The Grim Reaper's eye in between his brows slowly opened, upon which a gray light beam shot out from within and landed on the back of a great demon god's head. Boom! The great demon god froze on the spot right away. The gray light beam extracted its divine spirit from its sea of consciousness before it was then sucked into the Grim Reaper's eye. Gurgle, a wave of pure divine spirit power flowed out of the Grim Reaper's eye and surged into Meng Lei's sea of consciousness, rapidly enhancing his divine spirit flame. This feels great. Meng Lei couldn't help but let out a long breath of air. It felt so great that he almost made a sound of pleasure. The Grim Reaper's eye was said to be capable of devouring divine spirits and converting them into pure divine spirit power to enhance one's body. From the looks of it, it seemed to be indeed true. Thud. Ding. 1 sloth great demon god killed. 4,400,000 divinity crystals gained. A system notification sounded in a timely manner. Now that the sloth great demon god's divine spirit was no longer present to control its body, its demonic body started to go into freefall mode and plummeted toward the ground. Meng Lei sent it into the Tower of Time with a casual wave and handed it over to the golden little tree. 2 left. Meng Lei looked at the 2 last great demon gods. They had already passed through the Black Spear's encirclement and fled into the distance. Despite Netherworld divine fire blazing away on them, they paid no attention to it and fled desperately for their lives, wishing they had been born with an extra pair of legs. What a shame! Meng Lei teleported behind one of the great demon gods' back. His grim reaper's eye opened once more and harvested its divine spirit. 2. The other great demon god was next. Ding! One underworld ghost great demon god killed. 3,900,000 divinity crystals gained. Ding! One wailing great demon god killed. 4,100,000 divinity crystals gained. How exciting! Dodola flew over. Couldn't help but rub its palms together and praised Meng Lei. You wiped out 13 great demon gods in under a minute. You can finally stand on your own now. Ha ha! Meng Lei burst into laughter and sent the last 2 great demon god carcasses into the Tower of Time. Then, he brought out the 11 great demon gods' demonic cores that he'd killed just now and destroyed their divine spirits. This was a very simple task for him. He only needed to open the Grim Reaper's eye, and he'd be able to extract their divine spirits from the demonic cores. Thereafter, he would need to crush them, kill them, and convert them into the purest of divine spirit power for his own use. Ding! One thunder great demon god killed. 5,200,000 divinity crystals gained. Ding! One fire great demon god killed. 5,300,000 divinity crystals gained. Ding! One wind great demon god killed. 4,800,000 divinity crystals gained. Ding! After a series of actions, not only did Meng Lei gain approximately 50 million divinity crystals, but he had only gained a large amount of pure divine spirit power. His divine spirit received an immense enhancement boost and took a big step toward reaching the mid-level higher deity stage. I feel much better now. Meng Lei gazed at the sky that had resumed its original peacefulness and said, Dodola, the Ice Demon Prefecture will be my territory from now on. Congratulations, Prefecture Master Meng Lei. Dodola pretended to bow in greeting. You may rise, Steward Dodola. Meng Lei burst into laughter. Then, his gaze shifted to the whole Ice Demon City, and his voice spread throughout the city like rumbling thunderclaps. He said, From today onward, I will be Ice Demon Prefecture's newly appointed Prefecture Master. It'll be my 25th birthday 3 days later. All demons ranked Great Demon Lord and above are allowed to take part in the celebration. The rumbling, thunderous sound of his voice spread throughout Ice Demon City, ringing out in every demon's ears. 1. Annotation text missing. They didn't dare to miss the celebration when the new Prefecture Master had already spoken. Besides, they also had their own personal motives. Didn't anyone see that all 10 million Prefecture guards had been annihilated, and that the new Prefecture Master didn't have even a single subordinate? This was a golden opportunity for them. Should they win the new Prefecture Master's favor and become highly regarded by him, they would be in for a huge profit. Therefore, every demon who qualified to participate in the birthday banquet had all turned up in splendid attire. On top of that, they had even brought generous birthday gifts in hopes that their wishes would come true. Currently at the new Prefecture Master Residence, the so-called new Prefecture Master Residence, was the Ice Demon Shrine that Meng Lei had especially moved over from the Ice Demon Snow Mountain. He had placed the shrine, which was fully made out of ice elemental magic crystals, right in the center of the gigantic pit. It was tall and majestic, stately and solemn. Meng Lei sat on the holy throne and received the demon guests here to congratulate him on his birthday one by one. He also checked their congratulatory gifts as he did so, causing his bearing to come across as awfully tacky and vulgar. However, not a single demon dared to mock him. In fact, a lot of them were secretly delighted. Since the new Prefecture Master was so fond of monetary possessions, things would be easier. I'm very pleased with your gift. Meng Lei turned to a fire demon god and asked, What's your name? Are you willing to become a Prefecture guard? My name is Dewater, and I'm willing to serve Lord Prefecture Master faithfully. The fire demon god dropped onto its knees with a thud, so excited that it kowtowed repeatedly. Wonderful. Meng Lei nodded slightly. He said, You can serve as the captain of the Prefecture guards. How about this? I'll make you the guard's first battalion leader. Thank you, Lord Prefecture Master. Thank you. I'll definitely be loyal and faithful to you and devote myself to my duty. Dewater, the fire demon god, was beyond itself with excitement as it kowtowed repeatedly. Envy filled the other demons' eyes as they watched Dewater. The new prefecture guards hadn't yet been formed, so they weren't sure what exactly their organizational structure would be like. However, based on their previous structure, one could say that Dewater had just had a meteoric rise in career. The prefecture guards were grouped into 10 battalions in total, where each battalion consisted of 1 million people. Not only did the battalion leaders hold command over 1 million guards each, but they were also directly under the prefecture master's command. Apart from the prefecture master, no one else in the whole Ice Demon City held a higher position than the 10 battalion leaders. They could be said to be second to only one person. Next, Meng Lei dismissed Dewater, who then sat at the side with a wave and turned to the next demon in line. I wish the prefecture master everlasting longevity. The demon bowed in greeting and respectfully offered up the gift it had brought. Meng Lei immediately waved it off impatiently after taking a look. You may go. Yes, yes. The demon backed off in trepidation. Next. Just like that, Meng Lei checked the guests' gifts one by one with unflagging patience. Those whose gifts met the benchmark were permitted to join the prefecture guards' ranks. Additionally, those whose gifts pleased him were appointed platoon leaders, company leaders, and battalion leaders. Time went by little, and 3 days passed before he knew it. An endless stream of demons came to offer their well wishes for his birthday, but Meng Lei showed great patience. The demons offered up birthday gifts of varying quantities, but as they say, from small increments comes abundance. Meng Lei's wealth had gone up to 900 million divinity crystals in just a short span of 3 days. 900 million divinity crystals. I can do a lot with that. For example, I could enhance my divine body and bring it up to high-level higher deity stage, or I could also upgrade many of my special abilities. Joy secretly filled Meng Lei time and again. TSK, TSK. It simply feels too awesome just raking in the money while doing nothing. Roar. Just as Meng Lei was happily collecting birthday gifts, an aloof roar suddenly boomed above Ice Demon City like a deafening clap of thunder. Where's the Ice Demon Prefecture Master? What's that sound? Is someone challenging the Prefecture Master again? All the demons in Ice Demon City were alarmed the moment the voice rang out. Looks of alarm, fear, and worry adorned their countenances as they looked up. The battle that had taken place a few days ago, including the scene where innumerable demons, including the 10 million prefecture guards, had died so tragically, was still fresh in their minds. Now that someone was challenging the prefecture master again, who wouldn't be fearful or thrown into a panic? Someone's here to make trouble right away when I've only just become prefecture master for a few days? The audacity of them! Meng Lei instantly vanished from the holy throne. By the time he reappeared, he was already in mid-air above Ice Demon City. The demon here to look for him entered his sight. Who are you? An unusual look flashed across Meng Lei's eyes as he gazed at the demon standing before him. He could sense an extremely familiar aura coming from it. And who are you? The newcomer stared at Meng Lei and broke into a frown. A look of dissatisfaction appeared on its arrogant countenance as it said, I'm looking for the Ice Demon Prefecture Master. Not you. Sorry, but I actually am the Ice Demon Prefecture Master himself, replied Meng Lei aloofly with a flick of his fingers. You're the Ice Demon Prefecture Master? What a joke. The newcomer snorted. If memory serves me right, it seems like Kater's the Ice Demon Prefecture Master. It's an ice great demon god, right? That's already a thing of the past. Meng Lei shook his head and said, I've already killed Kater and become Ice Demon Prefecture's new Prefecture Master. You've killed Kater? The newcomer's expression changed slightly, and a hint of astonishment surfaced in its eyes. Each of the 108 Prefecture Masters of Dark Hell Demonic Kingdom was the most powerful expert of each prefecture, and all of them were at least mid-level great demon gods. Over countless years, the 108 Prefecture Masters frequently received all sorts of challenges, but those that could really succeed were far and few. Yet Meng Lei had actually succeeded, and on top of that, he had even killed the previous Ice Demon Prefecture Master. How strong must he be? The newcomer sized up Meng Lei anew and adopted a much more pleasant attitude. Each prefecture master's revered status aside, just their combat power alone was already worthy of it looking up to them. "So, what are you looking for me for? Are you thinking of challenging me?" asked Meng Lei calmly. "Esteemed Ice Demon Prefecture Master, I am August Hymonts Bartholomew Holmes Cyril Lawrence Bartholus, the Demonic Kingdom's Special Envoy," said the newcomer in self-introduction. "Meng Lei, you may call me Special Envoy Hollis." It went on and said, "The Dark Canopy of the Heavens will commence in the middle of next month. Please proceed to the demonic capital in a timely fashion and assemble with the other prefecture masters there." The Dark Canopy of the Heavens? Meng Lei was slightly taken aback. As information about the Dark Canopy of the Heavens rapidly surfaced in his mind, a light jolt couldn't help but go through him. Then he nodded slightly and replied, "I'll be there punctually. Since I've relayed the message, then I'll take my leave now." The newcomer bowed slightly and quickly left. "What's the Dark Canopy of the Heavens, Meng Lei?" asked Dodola somewhat curiously. Meng Lei took a deep breath and asked, "Have you heard of the Boundless King, Dodola?" The Boundless King? A huge jolt went through Dodola, and it exclaimed, "Are you talking about that great existence whose name is eponymous with the 4 juggernauts of the void?" "Yes, him." Meng Lei nodded slightly. There were a total of 4 juggernauts in the vast universe. They stood above all deities, demons, chief gods, and demon grandmasters, and were the true gods among the gods and demons among the demons. They were supreme existences. They dominated the universe. They were the life dominus, the sky dominus, the supreme god of the underworld, and the grim reaper king. It was no exaggeration to say that the 4 juggernauts were exalted beings that stood at the very pinnacle of the pyramid of power. They were also the 4 strongest existences in the vast universe, and even chief gods paled in comparison to them. From how the Boundless King enjoyed equal fame as them, one could tell just how fearsome he must be. Yet tragically enough, the Boundless King had actually oddly met his demise. As to how he had fallen, public opinions were divided. Nevertheless, the Boundless King had indeed perished. "Why are you suddenly bringing up the Boundless King? Is he related to the Dark Canopy of the Heavens?" asked a puzzled Dodola. Meng Lei replied, "You should also be aware that the 4 juggernauts had emerged from the 2 supreme existential planes, the Celestial Realm and the Netherworld. The Boundless King, however, was the only one of humble origins." "That's true." Dodola nodded and said, "During those years that the Boundless King dominated the vast universe, all his deeds were spun into legends that innumerable beings delighted in talking about. The rumored Boundless King was indeed of humble origins and born in a low-end existential plane. According to Cater's memories, before the Boundless King became a chief god or even a juggernaut, he was also once the master of a mid-end existential plane." Meng Lei explained, "The mid-end existential plane involved with the Dark Canopy of the Heavens is exactly the one that he had once owned. That existential plane is also known as the Boundless Plane." Dodola was astonished. "I can't determine the authenticity of this information, either. However, that's exactly what it's like in Cater's memories. In fact, many of Dark Hell Continent's experts also believe that the mid-end existential plane involved with the Dark Canopy of the Heavens is related to the Boundless King," said Meng Lei with a wry smile. A frowning Dodola asked, "In that case, the Dark Canopy of the Heavens is actually a space-time rift? To be more accurate, it's a dimensional gate." Meng Lei was rather excited. He said, "The Dark Canopy of the Heavens opens once every 30,000 years. When that happens, all the experts in Dark Hell Continent will gather in front of the Dark Canopy of the Heavens and compete against one another for a slot to enter, in hopes that they can enter the Boundless Plane." "You even have to compete to enter?" Dodola was astonished. "Only 36 people are allowed to pass through the Dark Canopy of the Heavens each time. Once 36 people have entered, it'll close temporarily and forbid any more people from entering." Meng Lei said with a sigh, "Cater had gone to the Dark Canopy of the Heavens 30,000 years ago, but because it was of mediocre strength, it didn't win the right to enter." "Only 36 people are allowed to enter?" A puzzled Dodola asked, "How intense must the competition be then?" Yes. The competition is exceedingly intense. Menglei nodded and said, innumerable demon gods in the entire Dark Hell continent take part in the competition just to fight for those 36 slots. You can imagine for yourself how stiff the competition must be. It's certainly very intense. Dodola nodded slightly and said, since competition is so intense, then there must definitely be some kind of priceless treasure on the Boundless Plain. Otherwise, it would never attract that many demon gods. Treasure? While Cater had never seen it before, it said that someone had found Demon Grandmaster remains, and even Demon Grandmaster-level demonic weapons, on the Boundless Plain before, said Menglei. Demon Grandmaster remains? Demon Grandmaster-level demonic weapons. A huge jolt went through Dodola. Demon Grandmasters were beings equivalent to chief gods. In that case, didn't that make Demon Grandmaster remains chief god remains, and Demon Grandmaster-level demonic weapons chief god-level divine weapons? If that's really the case, then the Boundless Plain is definitely no simple place. Dodola took a deep breath. Then, it asked, is there any other information about the Boundless Plain aside from that? The Boundless Plain is a very dangerous place. Supposedly, apart from Dark Hell Continent, there are also experts from Hell, the Abyss, the Netherworld, and other existential planes there. Menglei added, when the time comes, innumerable experts shall gather at the Boundless Plain, compete on the same stage, and hunt for treasure together. The Boundless Plain will surely become incredibly dangerous. Apart from that, there are also the natives on the Boundless Plain. They are the ones that are actually the most fearsome and most dangerous of all. After a brief moment of consideration, Menglei said, I'll need to make a trip back home, Dodola. Back home? Dodola cocked an eyebrow. Each round of Dark Canopy of the Heavens lasts for at least 20 years from the point of commencement to the end. This is too long a period of time. I need to properly settle all the matters in Heaven's Vault continent before I can leave with peace of mind, explained Menglei. It's certainly pretty long. Dodola nodded lightly. 20 years were nothing more than just a fleeting moment to the demons and deities of the void, but to Menglei, it was instead an awfully long period of time. After all, he was only in his 20s at the very most. After that, Menglei brought out his fallen angel alternate incarnation and got him to continue collecting birthday gifts on his behalf while he himself left Ice Demon Prefecture together with Dodola. The duo returned to Light Continent a day later, which greatly surprised Ol Amos. It had only been 10 days since Menglei's departure, yet he had already gotten Dark Hell Continent under control. Something cropped up, so I had to make a trip back here. Menglei then brought out a couple of divine cores and more than 10 crystallized divine spirit extracts. He said, here's a couple of higher deity divine cores and 16 crystallized divine spirit extracts. OL President. Take them. What? Well, Amos shuddered all over and exclaimed loudly, higher deity divine cores? Yep, higher deity divine cores. One has assimilated 3 types of laws of nature, while the other has assimilated 2 types. A smiling Menglei said, I'm giving them to you. You can decide for yourself whether or not you want to assimilate them. He had already given Ol Amos 5 lesser deity divine cores previously. Once Ol Amos assimilated them all, he would own 5 divine incarnations and become a pinnacle-level intermediate deity. At that point, as long as Ol Amos could assimilate any 2 types of laws of nature contained within, he would be able to become a higher deity. If he could assimilate 3 types, then he would become a mid-level higher deity and so on and so forth. In other words, Ol Amos would still have a shot at becoming a higher deity even if his intermediate deity status had only come about through assimilating divine cores. However, if Ol Amos directly assimilated a higher deity divine core instead, while he would experience a meteoric rise and become a higher deity right away, his road of cultivation would end up becoming completely sealed off after that. Unless Menglei could find divine cores of even higher grade, such as chief god ones, for Ol Amos, he would no longer have any chance at further progression. And these too, said Menglei as he took out another few higher deity-level divine weapons and a pile of other random treasures. Take all these with you, and just use them whenever you need to. I have no lack of them. Then he left with Dodola, leaving behind only a stunned Ol Amos. Upon returning to Heaven's Vault continent, Menglei then went to Pahaman and the others and distributed divine cores, divine weapons, crystallized divine spirit extracts, and random treasures to them. The divine cores must be assimilated, but the migration process must also be expedited. Menglei instructed, I hope to be able to see the migration's preliminary results upon my return. We definitely won't let you down, Master. Pahaman and the others bowed and gave their promise. Great! Menglei then went to the magical beast village after that. Thanks to the vast amount of resources the magical beast village had received, the villagers' combat strength had undergone a massive change during the last few years. Several Saint Domain experts had even emerged from the village, including Captain Hutters, Uncle Leo, Jonah, Joseph, and Andrew. The older ones like Hutters continued to stay in the village, whereas the youths like Jonah, Joseph, and Andrew had headed to various corners of the continent to adventure and explore the world. The village had undergone a great change. The shabby and primitive thatched houses of the past were gone. What replaced them were instead lavish, brand-new buildings. Additionally, there were also a lot of new faces in the village. There were women that had married into the village, as well as children born during the recent few years. Apart from the people whom Menglei knew, the rest of the village had undergone a tremendous change. Even Menglei himself found the place somewhat unfamiliar to him now. Both the people and environment had changed, indeed. Menglei had initially wanted to catch up with Hutters and the others, but at the sight of the village in its current state, he lost the desire to. After leaving behind a few lesser deity divine cores, he prepared to quietly leave. Boss, is that you? Unexpectedly, an agitated voice suddenly rang out in Menglei's mind at this point. Teddy, Menglei was surprised. It really is you, boss. A flash of lightning whizzed across the sky, and then a magical beast appeared right in front of him. It stood at 100 feet tall and had a pair of wings on its back. Yet it also possessed a powerful and muscular giant ape-like body. It was Menglei's very first magical beast pet, Teddy the Titanic Dragon Ape. Boss, you're finally back. Teddy dived into Menglei's arms at once, so worked up that tears welled up in its eyes. Teddy missed you, boss. Don't cry. You're already a half-deity level magical beast, so how can you still snivel like a child? Aren't you afraid that the other magical beasts in the magical beast forest would laugh at you? Said Menglei teasingly. As if they would dare to. Teddy snorted and said, See if I don't pummel them dead if they dare to laugh at me. All right, I get it. You're super strong. Menglei stroked Teddy on the head and asked, Weren't you staying in the Imperial Palace all along? Why have you returned to the magical beast forest? The Imperial Palace was awfully boring without you around all the time, boss, so I left. Teddy wrinkled its nose and added, I'm a magical beast, so the magical beast forest is ultimately still more comfortable for me. I bet you don't know this, boss, but I'm one of the 4 great kings of magical beast forest now. I'm really impressive now. The 4 great kings of magical beast forest? Menglei raised an eyebrow and asked, Why isn't it just the king of magical beast forest instead? A look of resignation came over Teddy's countenance, and it replied, I can't beat the other 3, so I can only take 4th place. Who are the other 3? Menglei asked curiously. The cerulean oxflood dragon, the titanic giant gorilla, and the golden carp. A gloomy Teddy then added, They are the 3 major rulers of magical beast forest, and have already dominated the forest since a very long time ago. Also, they've all already deified. I see. Menglei nodded in response. He couldn't help but spread his divine cognition into the surroundings. It quickly spread to the magical beast forest's central region, where he then spotted a lake that stretched as far as the eye could see. Occupying the lake's bottom were a 100,000 feet long cerulean oxflood dragon and a sparkling, crystal-clear golden carp. Both emanated pure divine power and were actually lesser deity-level divine beasts. A 100,000 feet tall gorilla was snoozing away in the forest a short distance away from the lake. The trail of drool trickling down its mouth measured over a dozen meters long and was pretty much close to becoming a waterfall. Menglei let out an emotional sigh and commented, Never would I have expected presences like those three rulers to be in Magical Beast Forest's central region. A puzzled Teddy asked, "What are you mumbling about, boss?" "Nothing much." Meng Lei gave it a smile, and then he brought out a higher deity divine core and gave it to Teddy. He said, "Teddy, you'll be able to beat them after you assimilate this." This is... Meng Lei headed to the underground world after he left Magical Beast Village. There, he also gave a higher deity divine core to Little Gold, his other magical beast pet. He then went to New Dragon Island after that. After several years, the Colossal Dragons had already settled down peacefully on New Dragon Island. They occupied volcanoes, lakes, deserts, forests, etc., and made them their dens. New Dragon Island had completely become the Colossal Dragons' homeland, and soaring Colossal Dragons could be seen everywhere. As the Dragon Emperor, Fatty Heart had been leading a fairly comfortable life during the last few years. He held command over tens of thousands of Colossal Dragons and ruled over a whole continent, leading an extraordinarily free and unfettered life. True enough, the moment Meng Lei arrived on New Dragon Island, he discovered the fellow fooling around in bed with a female Colossal Dragon whose hoarse cries resounded far into the distance. That dimwit! Rather lost for words, Meng Lei flicked a higher deity divine core over and left immediately. He had initially wanted to catch up with Fatty Heart, but that was clearly out of the question now. Meng Lei was relieved of everything weighing on his mind after he was done, and he returned to Demon Ravine once more. "I'm leaving, OL President. I'll leave Heaven's Vault Continent in your care. Don't worry, you can leave with peace of mind." Amos nodded heavily and said, "Everyone can forget about making any trouble on Heaven's Vault Continent as long as I'm alive. I'll definitely watch over it well." "All right." Meng Lei nodded lightly and turned to leave. "Come back alive, brat," Amos shouted after him. "Don't worry, I will." Meng Lei gave him a wave. Then, he leaped into the space-time rift and arrived at Dark Hell Continent once more. "I've settled all outstanding matters, so I can head to the Boundless Plane with peace of mind now." Then, Meng Lei looked into the far distance and murmured, "I'll go to Dark Hell Demonic Kingdom's capital and meet up with the other Prefecture Masters first." Having read Cater's memories, Meng Lei naturally knew the way to the capital. However, he also left behind his Abyss Skeletal Dragon alternate incarnation before he set off. With his Fallen Angel and Abyss Skeletal Dragon alternate incarnations protecting Ice Demon Prefecture, it was unlikely that anything would go wrong. Besides, Dark Hell Demonic Kingdom had also mandated that it was forbidden for anyone to challenge Prefecture Masters during the duration that Dark Canopy of the Heavens was taking place. Thus, he surmised that it was unlikely for anyone to take the opportunity to create trouble. "Let's go, Dodola." After ensuring that everything was foolproof, Meng Lei and Dodola set off for the capital together. There wasn't much time left before Dark Canopy of the Heavens would commence, so Meng Lei couldn't afford any delays on the way there. Otherwise, he would definitely have ransacked all the places he passed by while on the way there. Meng Lei didn't stay idle in spite of that, however. "I have 940 million divinity crystals now. There are a lot of things I can do with that." Meng Lei scanned through his stats interface, looking for options that he could buy credit for. He wanted to do everything he could to improve his combat strength so that he could make it into the Boundless Plane. Host: Meng Lei race: Human, Primeval Bloodline, Primordial Human, 26%, Assimilated Bloodlines, God-Slaying Rat Youth, Divine Netherworld Phoenix Youth, 100-Armed Giant Youth, Ancient Tree of Life, 23%, Frost God, Juvenile, Grim Reaper, Juvenile, Wealth, 940 million Divinity Crystals Physical Body Constitution, Metal Origin Divine Body, 1%, Spirit, Higher Deity, Elementary Grade Power of Divinity, 200 Divinity Crystals Innate Special Abilities, Teleportation, Dark Elemental Transformation, Transfer, Absolute Zero, Rise from the Ashes, Thunder Elemental Transformation, Mysterious Ice of the Depths, Grim Reaper's Eye. Others. Some increase. I can't buy credit for any of my bloodlines at the moment, so I won't bother with them. Next up is my Divine Body. My Metal Origin Divine Body. Raising its assimilation rate requires 1 million divinity crystals for every 1%, so if I want to boost it to 100%, I'll need a total of 100 million divinity crystals. Here comes the problem. Is there any purpose to boosting my metal origin divine body's assimilation rate to 100%? Meng Lei fell into deep thought. 100 million divinity crystals was no small sum. He would be suffering a huge loss if he boosted his metal origin divine body's assimilation rate to 100%, only to find out that it didn't provide much help to his combat strength. Meng Lei was somewhat in two minds about it. He asked, "System, how many divinity crystals would it cost to enhance my divine body with super enhancement?" Ding! The host's divine body is currently on par with that of a mid-level higher deities and will rival that of a high-level higher deities after enhancement. The system replied coldly. Thus, the enhancement cost is estimated at 900 million divinity crystals. 900 million? Meng Lei couldn't help but gasp. Ascending from a limits-level intermediate deity to an elementary-level higher deity required only 3 million divinity crystals, while ascending from an elementary-level higher deity to a mid-level higher deity required 60 million divinity crystals. However, ascending from a mid-level higher deity to a high-level higher deity actually required 900 million divinity crystals. What a ridiculous price. That's too expensive. A wry smile appeared on Meng Lei's countenance. In the end, he still ended up boosting his metal origin divine body's assimilation rate instead. Whoosh! His wealth decreased by 100 million divinity crystals in an instant. At the same time, an incredibly sharp wave of power also instantly spread throughout Meng Lei. It flowed into his limbs and every part of his body. Buzz! A powerful surge of golden light suffused the area all around Meng Lei right away. Filled with an austere and razor-sharp aura, he looked just like an ultimate peerless weapon that had been unsheathed. The sudden change in him alarmed Dodola, who turned to him with a look of astonishment on its face and exclaimed, "A metal elemental power of origin 1. Annotation text missing. The former was intangible lines and frames, whereas the latter was a tangible form of energy and matter. They were opposites but were just as powerful as the other. Great waves churned in Dodola's heart as it wondered to itself. For such a surge of metal elemental power of origin to suddenly erupt from Meng Lei, could it be that his metal origin divine body has reached a level of great mastery? Origin divine bodies were extremely rare. How many among the trillions of living beings in the vast universe even owned origin divine bodies? Only a handful, and yet, apart from being rare, origin divine bodies were also extremely hard to cultivate. From the point of awakening to the point where one reached lesser mastery and subsequently great mastery, every step along the way could be said to be fraught with great difficulties. This was because one needed to constantly assimilate power of origin into themselves to enhance their bodies during the entire cultivation process. But where were they supposed to find that much power of origin to assimilate into themselves? The process might be difficult, but once they could cultivate it to the point of great mastery, their divine body would then become one that was fully formed from power of origin and would be incredibly powerful. Yet Meng Lei had actually cultivated his metal origin divine body to the point of great mastery without showing even so much as a sign or two. The metal elemental power of origin around Meng Lei started to surge more and more fervently as Dodola's mind ran wild. The sharp aura of slaughter emanating off him also became stronger and stronger. Toward the end, Meng Lei's entire self had become as though it was fully made out of gold. Every single cell, every internal organ, every fiber of muscle, every bone, all of them had turned into gold through and through. Or, to be more accurate, they had turned into metal elemental power of origin. His entire self was as though a peerless, powerful weapon. This sensation, it feels really miraculous. With a thought from Meng Lei, a dagger that looked as though it was made out of gold immediately appeared in his hand. Plain and unremarkable, the dagger seemed just like any other ordinary golden dagger. However, Meng Lei knew that this dagger that he had so casually made was, in fact, incredibly sharp. Its degree of sharpness was in no way inferior to higher deity-level divine weapons. On top of that, it was neither forged from metal nor manifested using metal elemental power of divinity. Rather, it was formed from a type of fascinating material, though Meng Lei couldn't tell what kind of material it was specifically either. This is a dagger that's manifested using metal elemental power of origin. Dodola's eyes bore into the golden dagger as it exclaimed, "This is the very first time in my entire life seeing a divine weapon made out of pure power of origin. Metal elemental power of origin?" Something occurred to Meng Lei, and he asked, "Is this kind of fascinating material called metal elemental power of origin, Dodola?" "That's right," Dodola explained. "Power of origin is an extremely fearsome form of power. It's the most intrinsic form of power that forms all things in the universe and is purer and of an even higher grade than battle aura, magic power, or power of divinity, demonic aura. It's also more destructive, of course." Then, Dodola suddenly asked, "You've seen a heart of the existential plane before, right?" "Yes, of course I have," replied Meng Lei as he nodded repeatedly. Hearts of the existential plane are manifested from the 10 basic laws of nature and the 10 types of power of origin. Thus, they are one of the toughest and sturdiest types of matter in the whole wide universe, explained Dodola. "In that case, is my divine body also manifested from metal elemental power of origin?" asked Meng Lei. "Yes, of course. Your metal elemental divine body has already reached the point of great mastery. So of course it's made out of metal elemental power of origin." An excited Dodola said, "Every gene of yours, every cell, every internal organ, every fiber of muscle, every strand of hair, etc. They are all made out of metal elemental power of origin. It's no exaggeration to say that you're a walking mass of metal elemental power of origin itself." Upon hearing that, Meng Lei hastily asked, "This won't affect the bloodlines in me, right? Why aren't you getting it?" Dodola had become rather anxious. "Never mind, I won't explain any further. Just try calling up the bloodlines within you instead. I guarantee that you'll get a huge shock." "All right." Meng Lei said no more and quietly initiated his divine Netherworld Phoenix bloodline. Whoosh! Meng Lei transformed right into a mighty, awe-inspiring gigantic phoenix. However, unlike in the past, the phoenix was no longer black in color but gold. This. Meng Lei was rather filled with disbelief as he took in his current appearance. "Do you see it now? All the cells in your body have become completely made out of metal elemental power of origin. Even if you initiate your bloodline and transform into a divine Netherworld Phoenix, a change in your body has already taken place such that you've become totally different from other divine Netherworld Phoenixes." Dodola burst into laughter and said, "The current you should be referred to as a metal origin divine Netherworld Phoenix instead. Without further ado, why don't you give your other bloodlines a spin, too?" "All right." Meng Lei transformed into a god-slaying rat that was fully made out of gold upon activating his god-slaying rat bloodline. Every strand of his fur stood on end like golden needles. "So, that's a metal origin god-slaying rat." Dodola rubbed its palms together as it marveled. Boom! Meng Lei transformed into a dazzling, golden giant upon activating his 100-armed giant bloodline. Every inch of his skin, every muscle, every arm, it was as though they were made out of gold. A metal origin 100-armed giant. Dodola burst into gleeful laughter once more. Shortly after, Meng Lei went on to also activate his Ancient Tree of Life bloodline, his Frost God bloodline, and his Grim Reaper bloodline. They had actually all turned a golden yellow color, too. A metal origin Ancient Tree of Life. A metal origin Frost God. A metal origin Death God. Dodola was incredibly excited. Astounded, Meng Lei asked, "Are the bloodlines within my body still the same bloodlines they originally were, Dodola?" "The bloodlines are still the same original bloodlines. It's just that the matter that had formed the bloodlines is now metal elemental power of origin instead. Thus, your appearance has already changed along with it." Dodola was awfully delighted. It said, "In truth, this particular situation of yours isn't an anomaly either. The same thing also happens when people from other godly clans awaken their origin divine bodies." Meng Lei thought to himself, "The same thing. Take the fairy goddess, for example." A smiling Dodola said, "She's a fairy, but because she has awakened her wood origin divine body, She is green-skinned and not like the other ordinary fairies. Another example is the divine Netherworld phoenixes. There was once a famous genius among them. Because it awakened its fire origin divine body, it ultimately turned into a fiery red color. And that steel-winged angel from whom you got your metal origin divine body, too, Dodola went on. Steel-winged angels are originally silver in color, but because that guy had a metal origin divine body, unlike the other ordinary steel-winged angels, he was gold in color instead. It still goes back to the same thing, your bloodlines are still the same bloodlines as before, but the matter making up the bloodlines has changed. Thus, your appearance has also changed along with it. I see. Meng Lei nodded slightly. So, my appearance has changed, but I wonder if my combat power has improved? It definitely has. Give it a try if you don't believe me, replied Dodola very certainly. All right. Meng Lei transformed back into his human form. Then he balled up his fist lightly and threw a forceful punch. Boom! The power contained within the punch erupted, and the whole sky 10 million miles in front of them instantly turned into a black hole. Space-time fluxes wreaked havoc as gales stormed. Fear and unease filled all the demons on the ground as they stared at the sky that had suddenly turned into a black hole. What the heck? It's horrifying. Meng Lei was shocked by the sight. The dimension on Dark Hell Continent was extremely stable, so it was much harder to break the dimension here than in Heaven's Vault Continent. In the past, his punch would only have, at the maximum, broken the dimension hundreds of thousands of miles of where he was. Yet his punch had created a black hole that spanned 10 million miles now. Just what level of strength was that? System, how many divinity crystals would it cost to use super enhancement to enhance my divine body? Asked Meng Lei at once. The system responded right away. Ding! The host's divine body is currently on par with that of a high-level higher deities, and will rival that of a great perfection-level higher deities after enhancement. Enhancement cost is estimated at 12 billion divinity crystals. My divine body is actually on par with a high-level higher deities. Meng Lei couldn't help but gasp. He knew he had profited greatly this time. Previously, enhancing his divine body, which was also an improvement that would have gone from mid-level higher deity to high-level higher deity, via super enhancement had required 900 million divinity crystals. As it was too expensive, Meng Lei had chosen to spend 100 million divinity crystals to boost his metal origin divine body's assimilation rate instead. He had initially thought that all that would happen was that his metal origin divine body would achieve great mastery level. Little did he think that the accompanying outcome would actually turn out to be an upgrade in his divine body that brought it up to high-level higher deity instead. This was too dramatic. However, one must admit that he had struck gold this time. He had spent only 100 million divinity crystals to hit a target that originally would have required 900 million divinity crystals to achieve. In fact, it might even have a better effect. This means that I can compete with the 3 most powerful great demon gods of Dark Hell Continent already? Meng Lei's eyes lit up. Why? You want to refine Dark Hell Continent's heart of the existential plane. Dodola raised an eyebrow and shook its head. Unless you don't want to enter the dark canopy of the heavens, please drop that idea for now. Given your current divine spirit, you'll need a few hundred or even over 1,000 years to refine the heart of the existential plane of a mid-end existential plane. So long. Meng Lei's brows knitted together. If it wasn't for this long period, Dark Hell Continent's heart of the existential plane would have been secretly refined by someone. Why would they wait till now? Dodola shook its head again. It's because of the difficulty to refine it. It will take a lot of time and effort, so the 3 most powerful great demon gods can deter each other. Fine. Meng Lei was slightly disappointed. Then we'll go to the Boundless plane before coming back to refine the heart of the existential plane. I believe that I'll become stronger by then. Sure. They started their journey toward the Dark Hell Demonic Kingdom's capital as they flew at their quickest speed. Still, it took them over half a month to reach the capital. Compared to the Ice Demon City, the capital was even larger and prosperous. Countless live volcanoes stood within the city as billowing smoke and brimstones were everywhere. See these smoking volcanoes? They are the divine Netherworld Phoenix's favorite place to live in. Though they are rare in numbers, Mixed-breed descendants with their bloodline are common here as 90% of the volcanoes are occupied by them. Sure. When they flew within the range of the capital, the city guards on patrol stopped them. They were demons with a pair of wings and a lion's body. These are Netherworld demonic lions. Meng Lei smiled confidently. They are the descendants of the divine Netherworld phoenix and the dark demonic lion. They didn't just inherit some divine Netherworld phoenix abilities. Their reproduction rate is much higher than divine Netherworld phoenix. Naturally, they are demon gods after they become adults, hence making them extremely successful descendants of the divine Netherworld phoenix. That's not bad indeed. Dodola approved. Many powerful races chose to crossbreed with races that had great fertility rates to guarantee the size of their race. There were many types of descendants, with only a few that could inherit both races' strengths. It was similar to the dragons in Heaven's Vault continent in the past. Of all the drakes, the most successful ones were the offspring between dragons and humans, the dragon people. Who are you? Did you not know that it is forbidden to fly in the sky above the capital? The leading Netherworld demonic lion questioned fiercely, staring at them with its savage eyes. I'm the Prefecture Master of the Ice Demon Prefecture. Meng Lei remained expressionless. Prefecture Master? The Netherworld demonic lion's expression changed. Indeed, it was forbidden to fly in the capital. However, it only applied to ordinary demons, not mid-level great demon gods like Prefecture Masters. Prefecture Masters were allowed to fly here. Sir, since you are a Prefecture Master, why have I not seen you before? The Netherworld demonic lion in charge frowned. If I'm not wrong, the Ice Demon Prefecture Master should be Lord Cater. That's already a thing of the past. Lord Cater is dead, and I'm the current Ice Demon Prefecture Master. Meng Lei shook his head as he released an overwhelming aura upon the squad of Netherworld demonic lions. Whoosh! The Netherworld demonic lions went crashing toward the ground as if they were thunderstruck. Before they hit the ground, Meng Lei retained the aura, and they could finally steady themselves. The looks on every Netherworld demonic lion were full of fear for a while. The capital was where some of the most powerful demons congregated, where great demon gods were aplenty. Yet, there were only a few that had such a terrifying aura as Meng Lei. He's definitely a mid-level great demon god. The Netherworld demonic lions did not dare to obstruct Meng Lei anymore. If we offended you just now, please forgive us. Please carry on. Sure. Meng Lei nodded slightly as he flew straight towards the volcano where the Imperial Palace was located. The squad of Netherworld demonic lions watched Meng Lei's back and wiped the cold sweat on their foreheads. They were still shaken up in fear. Who is this guy? Didn't you hear him say that he's the Ice Demon Prefecture Master? This is too scary. His aura was more overwhelming than our prince's. When did such an expert appear in our kingdom? Meng Lei and Dodola carried on flying as their action caused a huge commotion. Demons of all kinds gesticulated and speculated wildly. Weaker demons gave off reverent looks. Stronger demons had intense fighting spirits. Among these, the two arrived at the largest live volcano of the capital. Its height above sea level was not very high. Still, it was massive nevertheless, like a gigantic chimney shooting out thick black smoke incessantly. The volcano's body was embedded with black-red crystals, emitting dark elements and fire elements that almost manifested into a solid state. Meng Lei, where's the Imperial Palace? Quizzed Dodola. It sized up the huge and vast volcano and could not find any trace of the Imperial Palace. You'll know when you get down. Meng Lei answered as he brought Dodola toward the crater of the volcano. As they approached it, the crater became increasingly extensive while the temperatures were getting increasingly higher, getting up to a few thousand degrees Celsius. A lava lake within the vast crater. It seemed boundless. The lava boiled as it released stunningly high temperatures. Among these, a grand palace stood above the lava lake like a resort built on a sea. Meng Lei smiled as he said, "That's the Imperial Palace." "Oh, it over here." Dodola suddenly realized. "Who are you?" A cold voice rang as a human figure came with the wind. Although it was in human form, the intense aura and scorching breath revealed its identity. A divine Netherworld phoenix. And it's a pure one. It was Meng Lei's first time meeting a divine Netherworld phoenix other than himself. He could not help but size this person up, forgetting to reply in the process. "Who are you?" Seeing that Meng Lei did not answer, its voice became amplified. Meng Lei could not help but pick his ears and reply dryly. "I'm the new Ice Demon Prefecture Master." With the previous experience, Meng Lei did not bother to explain further by adding the word "new" to his introduction. The divine Netherworld Phoenix understood straight away as it took another look at Meng Lei. It then said respectfully, "Please follow me." It did not doubt Meng Lei's identity since it was unnecessary. He would be meeting the other prefecture masters, princes and princesses, court officials, and even the demon emperor. If Meng Lei did not have the capability and impersonate the prefecture master, he would surely die a horrible death. Meng Lei and Dodola arrived before the grand hall under its lead. At present, the palace was full of demons. There was a strong, forceful aura around each of them, and they gave off a powerful demonic might. They were all savage devils. "Please proceed, Ice Demon Prefecture Master." The one leading Meng Lei stopped by the door of the palace hall and cued him to enter. It then shouted, "The Ice Demon Prefecture Master has arrived." Upon hearing this, a burst of hearty laughter sounded off. "Ha ha ha, my brother Cater, you've finally come. I thought I would be meeting you on the way here, yet who knew that you would reach after I've been here for 3 days? You're pretty slow this time. Why would you think that Cater is as impatient as you? He's an ice demon, not a fire demon. Prefecture Master Cater." Meng Lei shook his head and giggled softly as he stepped into the hall. Whoosh! Many pairs of eyes looked over. When the demons saw Meng Lei, astonishment, puzzlement, and confusion surfaced on their faces. Was that Cater? No, he isn't Cater. It's a stranger. Perhaps. After being stunned for a short moment, the demons came to their senses and started whispering among themselves. It seemed that they had realized what had happened. "Who are you? Where's my brother, Cater?" A fire demon bellowed. It was bathed in flames as it stared at Meng Lei coldly with its brass bell-like eyes. Having read the memory of Cater, Meng Lei would naturally know this guy. Cato, the prefecture master of the Fire Demon Prefecture who had a lifelong brotherhood with Cater. "Since I'm standing here, why would you still ask what happened to Prefecture Master Cater?" Meng Lei shook his head. "But if you want to know, I don't mind telling you that I killed him." The moment the words left his mouth, a furor went through the entire hall. Even if they had already guessed it, hearing the confirmation from Meng Lei still sent shockwaves across the hall. Cater had been in the prefecture master position for more than 40,000 years. Plus, he was one of the 108 prefecture masters. Who would have thought he was killed? "Do any of you know this guy?" "I don't know who he is. Never seen him before. Never heard of him at all." "That's weird. To think that such a nameless guy could kill Prefecture Master Cater, it just sounds fishy." "Scoundrel! My big brother had been a solid ice demon prefecture master for over 40,000 years, proving his combat prowess. How could a little scoundrel like you defeat him head-on?" Prefecture Master Cato's demonic aura was surging as its eyes were bursting with flames of rage. "Own up now. How did you assassinate my brother?" "Assassinate?" Meng Lei sneered. "Why do I need to plan an assassination when it's just Cater? You've overestimated him. How dare you disrespect my big brother?" Cato was enraged further as his overwhelming aura attacked Meng Lei. If it were an ordinary great demon god, it would have struck onto the ground. However, Meng Lei did not even move as if the suppressive aura was a breeze. In Dark Hell Continent, power speaks the loudest. Meng Lei snapped his fingers and continued coldly. "Since Cater was weaker than me, isn't it normal for me to look down on it? Since power speaks the loudest?" Prefecture Master Cato's eyes were spitting fire. "Do you dare to fight me?" A hint of joy flashed across Meng Lei's eyes as they lit up. This fellow was a genuine mid-level great demon god, which killing it should at least earn him 60 million divinity crystals from the system. Not forgetting the spatial ring it carried around. "Why? So you're afraid?" As Meng Lei did not reply, Prefecture Master Cato thought Menglai was afraid as its voice became even bitter. What is there to fear? Menglai hummed. If you want a battle, we shall have one. Why would I be afraid of you? Follow me then. Cato left these 3 words behind as it turned into a fiery beam that shot out of the palace. A smile appeared on Menglai's face as he followed suit. Let's go. Let's go out and take a look. The various prefecture masters, princes, and princesses could not sit still as they got out of the palace. They all flew above the palace as they anticipated the battle that was about to start. No one stopped them, and no one would ever think of it. In the demon's world, only the strong were revered. Thus, they would settle any disagreement with a fight. Conflict? Feud? Fight it out. And it's settled. Just do it. Just do it.